But this I think is a more lucrative avenue for a single player who likes gambling, because I actually don't mind gambling on these chests. I don't mind dying and eating the XP loss or anything. I died twice in there, so I'm gonna run. But my XP loss was not bad, so I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna try again. Open the small box always, and I either get the win or I get the fight that I can beat, even if it's a long one. Might take all 25 minutes to kill the small box, right? But I mean, if you can kill the small box in 25 minutes, it's worth it, you know. I hope I win. That's the main thing. You just keep trying on small, because the small is the only thing when you're broke like me. The only thing you can probably manage to kill is the small one. Small box, right? Let's go see what the talk is and just see what they say about this. The smaller box has high attack speed, but hits relatively weakly. That's good. Has medium. No, not sure about the levels of HP though. Yeah, so like maybe if I can beat the small box, it's loot though. It's loot every time. So, and I mean that enables me to just cut everybody else out, and I could just run Beastmaster for seals all the time. Doesn't even matter if I die all the time. Just AFK. And constantly I have Beastman seals coming in that I could just dump into this, and if I can win the treasures and tribulations every single fucking time, I will crack this server and I will pay for everything that I need, even the Peacock Charm, you know? If I can get a Peacock Charm for like 5 mil, that's acceptable to sell like 10 Astral Rings. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what Astral Rings go for either. They might be cheap now. They might be like 95k or something like that. I don't know. But in any event. Now this guy left. He must have finally got his torrent spawn. Oh no, he's still here. Is that him? Yeah, that's him. Seeking. That's funny. Seeking is funny. Oh, I have to ditch out the other way. Oops, going about the wrong way again. Yep, call beast in 2 minutes. I did the timing right. It's good. Stupid death. Fucking so annoying. And plus the rust day is running. But I mean, the heli's gone finally. So I'm gonna fix all this stuff. So yeah, this has to be more protection than it is. That has to be more protection than it is. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Why do I have metal? Do I have metal? I do. I have a lot of metal. What? I forgot about all that. Oops. It will high qual all the ones around it. Yep, like that. Like how much high qual do I have? 42 high qual, definitely. Yep, we'll start the upkeep cost now, and we'll do the thing it's sitting on, and yeah, I might have to go outside for that one. No, I mean, yeah, like, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I'll have to pop that tree, I guess. That's so annoying. Yeah. That's a mini. No, that's patrol. Yep. Oh, you can did I put the high qual away? Oh god, how much is it? 25? Yeah, it is. I want metal walls. Sure. I'm gonna kill the sound because I don't need it. It's just annoying and repetitive. Drives me crazy. Yeah. And now I'm... yeah, so I go east and south, east and south. There we go. have some metal coming. I will be able to see out through the windows to see what time of day it is and and all that, which is good. Yep, you can see in that there's nothing there either. You know, there's nothing in here except a T1, right? Yeah, so we come up here. How's this going? Am I mining? Yes, I am. That's good. We're getting this money, man. Alright, so now we're going to go into the BCNM again, and we're going to give it another swing, because look how fast that is. It's tolerable. And we'll go trading the Comet Orb. Trading the Comet Orb. There we go, and we're going to try again. Treasures and Tribulations. I should go read the Alakazam on this. So, we need to run buffs, which is Protect 1, and then all the rest of them, right? And I'll just let it run. I'll need to eat food again. Yep, and just let the buffs run. I want to see what happens when I throw a bunch of pets at it. No, it'll draw in, it'll fight me. It won't matter. So that's good. There's the blink, and I don't need the regen. I'm going to sit down. Okay, good. And let's see how the small box fight goes, because this might not be viable at my current gear level or whatever. But as I get better, you know, maybe I can kill him. We'll see. Gonna definitely get the mana up and give it the old college try. Because now I've spent 100 seals on nothing. So we'll see. Alright. This will be a wall. No, this will be a wall frame. No, it'll be a wall. It'll be a wall. Right? Yeah, I think so. That won't wall me in, will it? No. Yeah, this is good. It's well done. I made it well. So then, yep, and then this will be that and that. Yep, and I will do another whole layer. I will seal in here. I'm okay to come in here, right? Yep, I can't get in here right now. But I don't want to. Yep. And now, can I get in the base? Yes, I can, because that is... Yeah, that's the base. And so then we put a wall here. Right? And then a half wall here. Oh, we're in the BCNM now, yep. And I wasted 4 minutes, but that's okay. Okay, let's pray for the small box. 1 and 3, and then a fight. Probably almost never opens me, but, you know, when it does, it's free loot. So, yep, just attack the small box, and we'll just pray that that's the loot. Nope. Small box fight. I died. That's okay, though. Whatever. Maybe we can win this one. I don't know. Yep, sheep's getting hurt pretty fucking quick, so we'll see. I don't know. Now he's on me. And I would prefer to blink tank him if I can. Yep. Just not take any hits from him. And just preferably blink tank him. Yeah, like, you know. He's not using that one move. Trap thingy or whatever. That trap poison thing. We're killing him. I might be able to just collect. I might be able to collect the loot. We'll see. He's consistently hurting the sheep somehow, but he's on me. Oh, there we go. So there's the poison. Do what I can to get it off me. I'm stunned. The sheep will begin to die now, which is annoying, but I've got to call beast cooldown, so... Oh, I didn't use food. That's helpful. Not helpful, but it's... At least I caught it. I didn't get the re-raise earring up. And I've noticed that it does let you, like, retry. So I'm going to get the re-raise up, too. He can't seem to land a hit on me, which is really good, but he is killing the sheep. The poison's killing the sheep no matter what. So we'll see if I survive this. The shield is helping this time. I wish I could see how many charges the blink has. No, I'm just going to cancel. Going to get my weapon skill here. 90, or well, like 70 seconds on reward.
Skill has increased.
Ooh, got skill parrying skill off him. That's good. He can't seem to land a hit on me, which is good, but the sheep's going to die. Okay, here we go. I got to make sure I can get the new sheep out. And he poisoned us again.
Your skill has increased.
He can't seem to get past the blinks for whatever reason. Let's Divine Seal. And Cure 3. And we're gonna pray I make it to the reward to save the sheep. I don't know. Maybe I should just resummon. I really don't know.
Your skill has increased.
Sheep's doing its job, so there's Spinning Axe. I've heard him. Now I'm, like, tanking a lot, which is annoying. And I might die just because I'm out of resources to heal from the box. Maybe if I disengage is the play. I don't know. Maybe I can live. I don't know what the play is. I'm going to pray that I can beat the box. And we'll just see. Here's the death trap. Got to get that poison off when the stun wears. The sheep didn't die yet. But it will now because it's poisoned. I think the last poison wore off, actually. Took the poison off me, and I'm going to pray that I live, but I doubt it. I bet I die right at the end. Got to be ready for this fucking summon. When he kills the sheep, finally. There it is. Good. Get on him. I want to disengage and just pray that I somehow can live. Yeah, nope. Dead. And I lost the summon. And I don't know. I'm going to take the re-raise. Yep. And, yep, we get up. And I don't know. I didn't have this, but I was close. And it's already healing now beyond what I can do. I fucked up, and had I kept the sheep up, I learned about the fight. So had I kept the sheep up, I've got 21 minutes, so let's just try again. I'm just going to try again. Who cares? I have enough time to try again. He'll full heal, but I could let like 10 minutes go by here. Yep, and then try again like twice. I can try again twice. I'm learning about the fight. If I can get another re-raise charge up, I think I could beat him. I think I can beat him. If I can get another re-raise up, when he knocks me down, I can summon the sheep. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Not having food was a problem. I seem to tank much better than the sheep. So I kind of want to, I want to open on him and see if I can, and just get the hate on me. We'll have to wait for the whole weekend and everything, but I want to try again and just learn the fight better. You know, this is how you get successful. You keep trying. So, okay, is this down? No, this should be sealed. This whole bit. Yep. So this is the way down in. Yep. And, yeah. And, yeah, we have a beautiful little enclosure here that I will leave open. And, yeah, we will do that reflected here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yes, my way up kind of broke, so I don't know how we're going to address that, but we will. This is going to break this thing. I'm better off, like, shooting it, honestly. Or, yeah, like shooting it from underneath. Yep, and I'll do a nice barbecue. I don't even want him getting into that. That's the TC. I don't want him blowing down to TC. I don't. I want him doing doors. So I'm gonna fucking seal this, unfortunately. It's expensive too, but it doesn't need to be as expensive as previously, because it's like, this is enough. This is like 3 layers. I know that this guy likes to blow downwards on my balls, so we just put, you know, metal, put a metal, or sorry, yeah, like a stone garter belt. Right there, see it? He's not getting in from the top. That's not happening. There, not there. That's all me, and then I'll do the entrance here. We'll do... Yeah, I mean, this is enough. This is one... Oh, no, wait. Did I do this right? Uh-oh. Keep scaring myself like I sealed my base in or something. But no, it's like that. So this has to be like that. Yep. And this has to be like this. I could break the TC and move it. There's a lot of different things I could do. But, I mean, mainly, I just want, I want an open base. I think that's okay. Areas of the base can be open. Not worried about that. This is essentially the end of the build. Not really, but close. So then, don't know how to do this. I know that I'm going to need a foundation up into the base somewhere, but we'll figure out where to get that. So that's not it. Like, and that's annoying to me. Like, we might not find one, you know? Oh, God. Look. Yup. Really bad. That works. And that works. Yeah. Gotta solidify this, and I'm out of stone, but... do the foundation first, because... That's good, though. I got the honeycomb done on the TC. It's got 3 above and 1 out. 2 out. So TC's really fucking protected now. They can skip here, so I've really got to get those down. I got to get a furnace down and all that, but... Open base-wise, we're doing fairly well. Yeah. I don't need much space in there. I just don't wish to be harassed, you know? Yep. So, where are we going to do this build? I don't know why it won't let me do it here. It's so stupid. Alright. What about... there. That'll work. That'll do. That's fine. Yeah, fine. Wood is fine. Yeah. Which wood do I have? Yep. Okay, so... Ooh, money. Yay. Locations and structures. Go back. Okay. Gonna just check the stream here and check my progress and check the checks. And there's everything. Yes, everything. Privacy is public. Hey, I got 2 likes on this video so far. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. And so, yeah, and now what else are we going to do here? We're gonna... I'm gonna build up. All the way up. Yep, so I can get... Oh, this one, and we can get up. Yep, get up. And, yippers, we can break that guy. I've been hammering on the foundation and breaking my fucking tool. I don't have a blueprint for the tool, and it's really dumb. You designed it this way. I don't know why it's that hard if you had TC privilege. But anyways, whatever. Demolish before it's too late. Yay. And so that is not the entrance to my base. That is. So we'll have to put a ladder there, unfortunately. And I'll have to seal here. And there's some more work we'll have to do with this. Yep, don't have the stone there or anything. I could maybe seal a stone on us, or wood, I mean. Wood right here. But, And, yeah, you gotta do doors, and you're gonna be fucked when you do that. Yep. So, yep, and there'll be a door here. Or not here, but, I gotta go up and over. Yep, up and over currently. Yep. Door here. Yeah, might as well, actually. Door here. A door here. Stone. Oops. Yeah, I'll have to get more stone here. Okay, we're still in this thing, and it's been 10 minutes, and I can summon Call Beast. Yep, and we will attempt to get the small box again. We're out of time, so let's just see what I can do. I'm gonna buff up. I wasted too much time building. It's alright. I mean, I was already dead in this run anyway, so we're just going to try and fight him again. I don't really need Shelra, I suppose. It's fine. Aqua Veil. Let's see what happens if I sick the pet on him for the initial bit. Now go. Yep. Oh, I have not been using the sheep's abilities at all. So, ready, Lamb Chop. Ready, Lamb Chop again. And ready, Lamb Chop again. Yep. And that should, if the sheep can hold hate, we might have a better chance. Though, like already, so Beast Shield Loyalty is 3.5 minutes. I could have waited longer, but I'm pressed on time. So we'll just see if we can somehow beat him, you know? I fucking doubt it, but... Get out the herbal broth. So now, if it looks like he's on me... No, he's on the sheep. Yeah. Okay, have a spinning axe here for him. And we'll use food. And a re-raise earring. Food. Food. Okay, he's killing the sheep pretty fucking good, which is good. Abilities, Pac-Man's ready. Lamb Chop. We'll just keep these on cooldown, maybe with Lamb Chops. That's what I was missing. I didn't... well, I haven't lost yet, so let's see. I haven't lost yet, so we'll see. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2... And we're just going to keep Lamb Chop on fucking cooldown. Yep. 45 seconds, I guess. Oh, he stunned me, huh? Okay. And now
Your skill has
get the
increased.
Poisona off. I can't be losing health. We're halfway, but so is the sheep. 90 seconds on a reward and 2.5 minutes on bestial loyalty. I might be able to do it. I better get a protect and a protect and a blink up. I might be able to do it. I fucking doubt it though. I don't know what's different this time, but anyways, they're a little different this time. I don't know. 10 seconds until I missed a lot of lamb chops. Wait, did I hear fucking running? I did. Wait, no, I don't think I did. That's alright. I'm in the station, which is good. Compress. Okay, there's the stun. I've got to get the Poison off me again. Reward in 60 seconds. Bestial in 90. I might be able to do this. I've got to get the blink up now. And get this Poisona. And I could even... Oh no, it's too late now, but yeah, I think I might be able to get this, maybe. The bestial loyalty is in 90 seconds. If I draw attention, might be okay. Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't like me anymore. He's like on me, so... Maybe we can win. I don't know. Let's see if I can get another lamb chop. Yep, I can get another lamb chop. Nope, he stunned me right before I did it. So annoying. Get another web skill. Spinning axe. 60 seconds till bestial loyalty. I don't know if I can tank him that long, but we'll see. I can't tank him that long. Son of a bitch. No. Get a blink up just long enough so I can run the bestial loyalty. I don't think I can. He's going to kill me. But I bet I can beat him next time. I bet I can do it next time. I learned about the fight. It took me 100 seals, but I bet I can do it next time. With a familiar pet and all that. I forgot all about using the pet's abilities. I thought, I totally spaced it. He killed me, but I was going to get him. And I'm going to get him next time. Absolutely. Okay, we learned. Only 2 deaths, only 2 seals. That's okay. Or, sorry, 2 orbs. That's okay. And now I want to try it again, honestly. But, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I have a lot of seals. I can go back there again right now and win the fight. I bet I can win the fight now that I realized what I was missing. I wasn't using the pet's abilities like I should have been. I need familiar. I should always have familiar. I'll wait an hour. Yeah, I'll wait an hour. It's okay. I'll wait an hour for the familiar and I'll go back. But I mean, I will go back and I will win too. And I'll get my chances at Astral Rings. And once a day, I'll run a familiar run out there because it's easy. Yep. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a run. And for now, I'll go out and I'll level more. It's all right. Empress Band for XP buff. Gotta see if there's anything I can sell. Nope. Oh, yeah, the car calculus will go. Yeah. And, yeah, we're good to go. We didn't even waste that much food or pets. It's good. I have these sheep on me, which I don't really want. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Okay, compressed icicle in my ore hold. Stack, and then we will leave and go back to the ice spot. Now we will go back out to Valdunia and go hunting for Dark Crystal again, hopefully. Dark Crystal. Gotta put my real shield on. Nope. In the inventory it is Circuit Shield, yep. And how's my money? I'm at 86,000, that's good. Going back to Valdunia. That shit paid off clean. Valdunia pays off clean. I'm about to get another, like, 60 grand off a stack of Dark Crystal clusters. And shit is awesome. What's up, Kaya? You looking good. You looking good. Okay. And there's a new signet. And we will go sneak me. And now we got a bit of the remaining day left, and we did most of the base building. And we have some stone left. Let's go back and do some more work while the sun's up. I will take doors and locks with me now, and we will fill the furnace again. Hey, metal. Not bad, not bad. We'll make, yeah, we will now make our 6, I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff. You. The water catcher has to go down. Yep, and we'll put furnace up. Good, and now we have the materials to make 2, 3. I won't have the room for it, but that's because I have this and this and this and that, and I will need some more of that. Yep, and I will need a couple of locks, and we'll put the doors down now. So I can't put one here until I have garage, but I can do... That's got a seal now. That's no good. Or, well, like, this is good, but not this. This isn't good. This has got to be there. Now, what? Now, why is that happening? Wait, what? Now, why is that right? Okay. Oh, it's a wall frame. Okay. Extra storage, huh? It's a wall frame. No, I will have to seal this entirely. Which sucks, but that's alright. Whatever. I have to seal that entirely, but I mean, eh. So, what else? These should be stone. I don't want them burned. It's unfortunate that we can't get, I mean, I could just leave an empty gap here so I can leave right here. I don't care. I can get up and in and out. Yeah, I'll leave this open, whatever. We'll even put a, yeah, like a thing right here so I can stand out and see what's here. Yep. And, yeah, we're looking pretty good. Nice and cheap, and I threw it together pretty fast. Gotta put a door right there, but that works. I'll have to break this wall frame. Yeah. Which is annoying. But that's alright. Okay, and then we'll do a wall frame right there. Make that stone, and we'll put a door opening out. Yeah, not in, but out. And there is a lock. Yep. And then if we put the door there, can I get up on it? I don't think I can do that jump. Yeah, no. But that's good for now, you know. It protects me. And we'll seal off over there, I guess. I'll have to put down like a half wall. Okay, and wait. Yeah, that's the way up. I can't do that. Oops. Demolish. Yeah, that's the way in. Oops. Yep, and we'll need a door here that opens out. That, and... Or in, I mean. And, yeah. And then, this ceiling must be sealed. Okay. And, I did a wall frame there, did I? I guess I did. So now we should be able to put a door... No door, huh? Door... And a star on that, please. Yeah. And then, door... Here. And... wait. Door up. Jump up. Right, jumps up. Right. Jumps up. Yep. And then... oh no. This is a... room. This is a battery room. Yeah, that's a battery room. Yep. That's a battery room. Which is totally fine. Yep, it's like a little recessed battery room. But it does need to be sealed up there. So half wall, stone, stone, triangle, stone. And then, yes, and then I can even put a fucking shotgun trap there if I want. Here, I will put a battery room, and I have a battery, and could do more doors here, but I also really like the roof. So, yeah, and, yep, and this is where we actually enter the base. It's a shame. Sneak me. Why did the ghost... Oh. Okay. It's dark here. I'm not... Oh, maybe it's dark in the other one too. Maybe. It's getting dark, and I have a torch, which is good. We'll put this water catcher down. Ooh, a bit of lag there. And, yeah, we'll put a water catcher right here so that you can naturally get up. Like, right... Well, it's not very uniform, is it? We'll put it... right there. Start gathering water. And then we go in here. Oops. Gotta finish doing the entrance. But yeah, this is the entrance. Yep, and there is a door. And I am safe, and there is storage right here. I will put boxes all over this room. This is my storage. Eventually I will put a garage door when I have one. And it's a great little base. It's on its way. It's doing well. I have 600 scrap. I guess I'll make a T2 if I have enough. Yep, I do. I'll make a T2 now. Tier 2, and I will put that down where the T1 is, and I'll move the T1 upstairs. Or, well, I think I'll keep all of it on one side. So, yeah, I'll put the T2 down on this side where the box is, yeah. That even might be enough room, we'll see. Ah, itchy. So, yeah, can we get a T2 right there? Oh, it's hard to see. Seems to be that one's blocking it. Why can't I place right there? That's so stupid. Yep, like that. Yep, like that. And we'll move the furnace over there. We have one alley. Like, can I even place this one down again? Probably not, right? Nope, but that's okay. We'll take the T1 up here in case I need it. That was a really bad fucking placement. Like, really bad. I'll wait till daytime. Yeah. I like my little weird circuitous, like, base. It's good base. So where am I now? My sneak and invis are about to wear off, but I'm kind of close to my target. I'm going to go leveling to make up for the losses that I've had. I'll go back and get to 56. That'll be fun, and I'll be farming dark crystals, hopefully. As long as it's not Sleep God, we're good. Resist. He's like, what? Stupid Skelly. Oh, it's ice here. Oh well. It's light stays, so it's like the least likely time to get dark crystals. I'll hang around the pool today. I meant to get some sickles, but I didn't. I think the next bit of money that I make, I need to invest in storage expansion, which is really expensive. It's like 70K or something like that. And so I might do that. I might do storage expansion would be the most beneficial thing that I could do for myself. I'll put about 50. It gets acceptable, but 40 is a little bit low. Your set is like 28 or whatever. Yeah, it's like 16 plus whatever else stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's like 24. So 40 isn't that much for loot. It's like 16 slots. It's really not that good. Fucking downright terrible, really. Fucking old MMORPGs just punished you, in my opinion. Alright, we got a T2 down. Metal being made. I'm hungry. What time is it? It's 2 p.m. Could eat lunch, I suppose. Would be a natural time to eat lunch right now. When I need the T1, I'll put it down. And how's this going? Locations, ice, warp.
Warp drive active.
No way. That's better. What is... I don't know, it's not that bad. I think I see one here. And then... Oh, maybe it is only actually these two. Yeah, I think it is only these two. Yeah, like that. I don't know. That looks like one. And that looks like one. And that's one. Okay, we have ice, ice, ice. Okay, making more money. Oh, my AFKS is running into a wall. You don't really need... I need to summon now. I'm going to summon. That was good. I learned a lot. I'm going to fight the small box, and I'm going to win. And I knew I wasn't going to get it the first one or two times, but now I will. I think I will get it now. Now that I see the fight and understand what I was missing and what I was doing wrong and all that stuff. It's cool. right place? Yeah, I'm in the right place. I'm gonna go down east here, though. No, we're good. 7 a.m. Oh, building's decaying for some reason. No high qual. Okay. Did we take the high qual out? No. Okay. Well. Yep. I'm gonna have to pull you for a minute and then burn you. And go, and we're gonna go call. Good. And let's get on that bad eye. Why not? There's nothing else going on. Yep. Oh yeah, the money. Yeah. Making money. Oh yeah. Alright, so I guess I could put another furnace right there, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, what's to stop me, really? Okay. Much better. We can even maybe fit another box there. Let's try. Okay, we got bottle of tears off him. Oh, I never did my FF1. Yeah, that's another reason why I might have been losing that fight. Wow. Okay. I have to definitely put in like 2 days worth of upkeep here. Yeah, for 23 hours. It's expensive stone wise. So we're gonna fix that. Yeah, we're gonna fix that. Good. It appears a duo got on. So... Oh, yes, doors, right? Yeah, I was going to put down another door. Oh, no, I have aggroed, have I? Okay, you stupid bad eye. At least it was a fire too, not a sleep guy. It's a good day. I feel so much better after taking a break. I think I probably will start. I'll work the rest of the week, but then when Monday comes around, Monday through Wednesday.
You've been examined.
Smokes. Okay. Excuse me. Let's go look at... Oh, you know what I never did is check my email for an invite to Throne and Liberty. Which I don't think I ever got. And I don't really want to do, frankly, but... Oh no, Friday. Oh. Tomorrow we'll walk and clean my house. I put my set away for some reason, which I don't really understand. I didn't die. I suppose I should run the road for a little bit. Maybe it's time I bought Minecraft. Is Minecraft on Steam? I don't think it is. I think that's Microsoft, and I don't think they want to be on Steam. It's kind of funny. Is Minecraft on fucking... Minecraft Dungeons and Legends is on Steam, but not fucking the actual game. That is so dumb. Wow. Oh, it's Next Fest or whatever, is it? Next Fest, a celebration of upcoming games. Okay. Dragon Arrow, Beat Slayer, Dragon Eclipse, Lost in Space, Deus Ex Survivors, Arc Song, Backpack Battles, Explore Your Cube, Top Selling New and Similar Products, Soul Mask, Open World Survival Craft, Simulation. Oh, this is the Soul Mask, is the one that the Fallout 76 guy is doing. Oh, there's a demo for it, huh? Ah. Dungeonborn. Oh, so it's a demo fest. I don't care about that. But I wouldn't mind sales. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh well, it's cool, but it's not a deal. We'll go back to the store and take a look at what's up. Helldivers 2, Albion Online, Dwarves, Suicide Squad, Don't Starve Together, Tekken 8, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, War Tales for $35. I wouldn't mind that game, but I mean, I don't know. It's not really my style of game, though. Dragon 11 for $24. That's a good deal. I wouldn't mind buying that game when it's cheap. I want to put this game on there's a 2D mode for the towns, which would be a lot less annoying than... Wow, I can't believe they did that. I want to add this to my wish list because I do want this game. I have it, but I've never bought it, though. Fractured. Wigmund. Mad Age, World of Darkness or something. Ashen Empires, Adventures, Doman. Necrom, Shadow over Morrowind, Redfall. Ugh. Redfall for $70. You tripping crazies. You tripping. Thronefall, new level out now. Soak and Splash, Egg. Legendary Hoplite. Okay, well, I don't really see anything here jumping out at me. MMO-wise, I suppose I haven't looked at some MMO news in a while. MMO news. Okay, there we go. MMO news. Wow, Microsoft will require Final Fantasy XIV players to subscribe to Game Pass to play the game. That's funny. Final Fantasy XIV's open beta for Xbox X starts February 21st. Excuse me. First impressions, Pal World, massively on the go, casually class, well expansion, stop adding expansions. Vague patch. Astroneer is running a multi-stage breakdown event running on April 7th. Microsoft require 14. New Worlds details its cross-world expedition group finder finally launching February 7th. That's in 2 days. February 13th. Eh. It's good news. I see a lot of it, yeah. Yeah, Fractured. Yeah, and Game Changer. Yeah, and Game Changer. Yeah, Fractured wasn't too good. I bought that game and I was like, no. Yeah. Well, okay. let's go out in the day and farm. That was a fun little jaunt. I suppose I could go to YouTube now and see if there's other news. MMORPG news, right? So yep, get on the feed the tiger. And yeah. It'd be fun to start my own Final Fantasy XI server where I don't have to, like, I can just spawn items. That'd be so fun. There's a pig. Hit him. I love how Final Fantasy XI has like a down sound thing where, like, if you have one notch of sound, it only gives you about half the sound effects, and I actually really like that setting. It's the best sound setting I've ever seen on an MMO. And the barrels look weird now, but they're better. I can probably make bullets now. I haven't cooked any sulfur. Nice, that'll help break stop signs. It sucks that that guy's over here, but I don't care. And oh, the giant's been logging stones at me. There, I saved myself. Ooh, a jackhammer! Yeah, that's good. Hells yeah. Sweet. I should be farming WoW because the expansion's coming, but I'd rather just do it when it hits, because what does it matter, really? Yes, some mining helmet. I need that. I'm going home. Success. Actually, I should scratch and recycle, maybe. I went the wrong way on the road. Ooh, nice car parts. Excuse me. Should get jackhammer fucking cactuses. That'd be so sweet. Cuts cloth out here. Okay, I'm gonna switch games here. Got a good base going. Got the foundations for. Oh, got to get some wood in the furnaces. I didn't realize. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we're looking real good here. Real good. I'm happy with the progression. It's good. I don't want to sit on this game all day. I've had kind of a bad time on this game lately, and I'm gonna move on. There are many other good games on the market. I don't have to sink all my time into Rust just because I got a Rust addiction, you know? It's a wonderful time to be alive. I would feel ashamed if I missed out on New World or WoW, so I'm going to play one of those. I just don't know which. Oh, I'm full, huh? Okay, yep, we're going to go duck, yep.
Warp drive active.
Now we got a little bit of a heavier, they're paying heavier attention on this belt, but oh yeah, I should take the metal ore too. Yep, and just fill. And hopefully by tomorrow we'll have a lot of metal frags. Yep. Now some of the metal's burned. Some of it. But there's no, there's not more. But I don't know where. Oh yeah, because yeah. Yeah, I've played way too much Rust recently, and I am burnt out, and I'm going to play something else. Fun as hell, though, I gotta say. Pretty fun. What's this now? Oh, yeah, you're throwing rocks at me, are you? Okay, well, throw rocks at me, then. Stupid catapult hurts so bad. Just gonna let my pet kill him. I'm gonna go out of this fight before something dumb happens. Well, I kind of want to weapon skill him, though. Because I'll just lose it if I sit down. Okay, much better. Okay, we're going to get full health of mana. Alright, yeah, looking good to me. Got a bunch of shit. Put my kid on cooldown and got a bunch of XP. Got a level. Very good. I suppose I could seal up those things would be the last step. Yeah, I best do that, actually. So what do I need? I need 6 metal shop fronts. Metal shop fronts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Good. And we will... Well, I'll stand by the T2 for this, actually, because it's faster. Yeah, this is way, way faster, actually. Get this done 5 minutes way faster. There, 4 is enough. I'll get the other 2, yep, in the time after this. Run timer to a faster one, yeah, like that, and I'll have what I need. Nope. And there we go. We have a nice honeycomb. That annoys me. Because they could just get up in there now. So I gotta go fix that. That's the only problem. Yeah, it's a beautiful base with a nice open roof and hells yeah. Gotta fix that foundation with stone. Oops, this is the battery room. Yeah, we'll put doors on if we need to here. And I need stone. And I need a hammer. Yep. Maybe a BP too. And some wood. Just enough wood to do what I need to do. I'll dump in the TC before I log, but there, see, now we can see outside. And there's nice light in here, you know, you can really see in here, but they're not getting in. Not without doing doors, and if they do doors, they'll have to do shotgun traps and all that stuff, and that's the idea, and then really force them to spend time on it if they want it, you know. Oh. Now, there's a foundation down there that's dangerous. Oops, ouchies. Come over here, let me say done, and that was the last bit. That base is not done, but it's close. Yeah, go around, we look at our little work here, and we are like, yep, it's good. Oops, I keep going down the wrong way, but that's good. That's probably what they'll think too, and they'll blow to that, and they'll be like, "What? What is this base? It's a battery room." Now, okay, and yep, and all the stuff I had. I suppose now I'll just look at any more doors that we can pop on this guy. Like, I guess when I go to bed at night, there's really no reason why I don't seal the base, so we'll definitely do that. So when I go to bed at night, I'll put a door on this, but not right now. Yep, and yep, perfect. And then when I have garage doors, I can take them off. Oh, sorry, I can leave them on, but for now, I have to take them off when I'm playing. Door, lock. Though, now I can't get up, which is stupid. But, no, that's good. I just want to seal this base now. That's totally fine. Yep. Okay. Done with this game. This was great. Got a lot of progress today. Got a nice base set up. Aiming to be a good wipe. If they take it, they take it. They'll have to find it first. And, you know, maybe they're cheating, maybe they're not. We don't know. But in any event, we're definitely going to be okay, I think. Yep. And now it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 door raid to core for basically no loot, no guns, no sulfur. And when they step on that bomb enough times, they stop doing it. And that's the whole point. So I show them what it's like. Yeah, there's a single gun in here and a jackhammer. You got to blow 9 doors. You're not going to be able to fucking blow down to TC. I'll tell you that. So, whatever. I mean, you will, but it'll be dumb. Like when Nori blew to the fucking front door like an idiot. Now I have a tapeworm. That's annoying. Maybe it'll clear when the server resets. Yeah, let's log on the tapeworm and see if it fixes it. Anyways, yep, this was good. I'm happy. It was fun. Oh shit, is Rust closed? I got my frame rate back and it's like, ooh, frame rate. Yeah, we have our frame rate now, game. How's that look? Yo, yeah, it looks and feels pretty good. Alright, double ice. Let's get a ice Ellie. I like it when it's the storm. It adds a lot more plausibility to the game's, like, beauty. It's funny. They should have done a lot. They should have messed around with storms a lot more, in my opinion. This probably killed people's cards back in the day, though. I mean, it's still CPU intensive 20 years later. It's funny. Somebody's killing Ellies up here, like, all day. Damn it. Bad eyes. Okay. Compress clear icicle, good. We're gonna compress and stow, and we have now 30 million. Made 30 million today, which is super good. Gonna get down and go do some more. We will change the title to New World. Oh, my tablet's shut down for some reason. That's annoying. Okay. 38. And let's see. 37. And 36. 35. 32. There we go. Now, yep, looking good there. We're gonna do that. And then, yeah, looking good there. Looking real good. And then something fell. What was it? What fell? That's not good. We're going to change to New World, FFXI, and EvE. I could flag for New World, I suppose, but 500k viewers is good. Hey, 4 viewers, good. And then, yeah, and then live streaming, good. And got 2 likes and stuff. Hi, guys. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's look at what MMO Byte has to say. Thank you, MMO Byte, for the excellent content for my channel. I've liked to sub to your channel. It's good that this guy does mostly cell phone games, but he knows a lot.
RPG news, a video series where we cover the latest MMO news, MMO drama, MMO releases in one very easy to digest format. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification so you remain up to date with every single thing that I post. With that being said, we have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and jump right in.
No, we don't. There's not much going on. WoW's coming. WoW's coming.
Let's start this off with the Horizon MMORPG. According to a
Horizon
job
got
listing
announced?
online, the game, which is under the codename Project Skyline,
Oh,
is
no.
very much underway. Job listings seem to confirm that the game in development may be called A Land of Salvation. According to Eurogamer, the game is seemingly coming to PC and mobile. There's no mention of PS5. This is actually shocking. PC and mobile.
They're gonna PC bastardize
I definitely
Horizon.
didn't expect it to get a cross-platform
West is coming,
mobile compatible version. I thought this was going to be
looking forward to
PC
West.
exclusive. I also thought that maybe there would be some kind of console functionality, but no, apparently this is also going to be releasing on mobile, which doesn't bode well for the game. MapleStory released their first quarter 2024 roadmap, and admittedly this comes after the monumental amount of drama that has been surrounding the game recently, where Nexon was fined $8.9 million for misleading MapleStory players, as Nexon lowered the probability of drawing in-game items known as cubes, which players pay an estimated $1.50 to draw without informing players of the change. So they would make more money. That was very shady. Lasuni is a brand new, like, kind of pixel art MMORPG, a 2D MMO that currently has pre-launch signups available. This is launching this year in 2024, theoretically soon. And I know you're thinking it doesn't look very good, and I mean, that's true, but looks can be deceiving. Myth of Empires is releasing onto Steam February 23rd, or sorry, February 21st, 2024. I'm not quite sure why this says the 23rd of January and down here it says the 21st of February. Either way, it's coming at like some point between the 23rd of January and the 21st of February. This is a game that was removed from Steam for approximately 2 years and is now coming back. Oh, good. It was removed due to legal issues they were having. Lost Ark rolled out their first major update of the year, specifically featuring Lila Adventure Island. Before we cover any additional games,
Lala, oh god, like Lalafell.
I want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon, who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal, and I cannot thank you all enough for the support. Now back to the video. Pal World isn't necessarily an MMO, but at the same time, it does house 32 players concurrently per server. And it is a game that I've been covering on this MMO Byte channel for a while now. A couple years, ever since it was announced. This is essentially the Pokemon MMO of my freaking dreams, and I cannot wait to play it. I actually will be playing it on stream on January 19th with Mrs. Styx and a few members of our community. You're more than welcome to not only come and join us on stream, but also join us in game. Throne and Liberty
not a child.
Fairly significant.
Don't want to play that kids game. I'm sorry, but it's a kids game. You know it is. It's a kids game, and you suckered a bunch of adults into it, and now they're all pissed off. They're like, I'm not sure this is a good game I can live on or play like a lifestyle, and I'm sure it isn't. I mean, I'm sure it's really fun, and it's a great game, like Hogwarts. But would you live on Hogwarts forever? No.
Patch recently where essentially it kicked foreign players.
Throne and Liberty.
What this means is that players outside of Korea were having difficulty logging in.
Yeah,
I think the issue was if they had a phone number connected to the account. I know there were a lot of people that ran into this issue. I don't know specifics because I wasn't playing the game, but if you do play Throne and Liberty, I would urge you to go ahead and check if you still possess the ability to play it, because, I mean, again, a lot of people don't, but that isn't the only issue. They're actually merging their servers down into a grand total of 7.
Like
this was down from 18.
Like 18.
They have
like, we don't
more
have
than
anybody.
halved the total number of servers
no retention
within Korea
there
because people just aren't playing the game. Now,
this is the thing, right? There's no retention in any of these games. I won't stay on New World. I won't stay on WoW Sod. I will stay on EvE, FFXI, and Rust, but I won't stay on like New World or WoW Sod or ESO or one of those. Like, I won't stay on those games. That won't happen, you know? So, Crossworld expeditions, don't care. I don't like expeditions. Give me something for me, damn it. Instead of just endless grind. But although I love that endless grind, it's better than RuneScape in my opinion.
I don't know if that's because they don't like the game or they finished the game and there's no more content.
There's no more content. Or
either way,
just like,
within a single month, they have lost 11 out of 18.
They're like, oh no, we might have a tank, and we might have a tank on this. We're gonna tank this. Oh god, I'm sorry, guys. At least you try, right? I was like, I'm not sure Throne of Liberty is it. I heard Throne of Liberty is actually really bad gacha-wise. I mean, I don't know, but...
The
Come on, get on him, get on him. I don't want, to fight this elemental any further than I have. Kill the elemental. New World made my chances of living very low. God damn it. Come on, man. It lagged me out so bad I couldn't get a heal. Yep, I want to heal, damn it. Yep, go. I don't want to be red. I don't want to aggro that bad eye. I don't want to fuck with the... I want to pull the... Or no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm just going to let the fucking brand new tiger fight the elemental. And if he dies, he dies. But I need to sit, so... Alright, we're in New World. Where's New World? Hey, cool, we loaded. So, you seem to be on the wrong screen, are you? Or what? So where are you at here, buddy? You're going to have to... Oh, yeah, cool. That seems kind of weird. What happened there? That's very weird. What resolution are we in? 4020. No. Go to 1920 by 1080, you idiot. There you go. Nice. Crossworld expeditions, don't care. Loot biasing, deep dive. Check out a technical overview of the development process more. Loot biasing. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Okay. Gonna play my character. That sounds fun. Yay. I'm getting up in the mana where I can just like double heal myself all the way full again. I mean, yeah, I just want to keep healing and let the cat do the work. I'm going to sit and get mana back, hopefully. Oh, he fished up a Kraken, did he? Yeah, he did. Defeats the Morgar. What's the Morgar? Oh, it's a, oh, okay. All right.
Servers. That is never good. A few days ago, I did a video on Chrono Travelers, a brand new anime MMO that released. This is arguably one of the worst new MMOs I've played in 2024.
It looks okay for kids. It looks good for kids.
Wow, it's so weird saying 2024 now. The Elder Scrolls Online has confirmed that they are going to hold a very large global reveal stream on Thursday, January 18th at 4 p.m. They're going to give you a first look at the upcoming chapter, along with a glimpse of their plans for the rest of the year. This is exciting. I really enjoyed the Necrom expansion recently, so I'm curious to see what happens next. Vindictus, in a very unexpected turn of events, have decided to terminate their PvP content. I don't understand why. Did people just not enjoy the PvP? Did people just not participate in it, and they feel like there's just too much difficulty maintaining it as a feature?
The end of PvP?
Either way.
Oh, wow.
I mean, removing PvP seems like a...
That's crazy.
Seems like a bit of a overreaction. PAX Day has announced that they are entering into early access in spring 2024, which is crazy because...
They're not ready.
I didn't play the test phase recently, and I know that there were a lot of people that did, and a lot of people had fun in it, but I still feel like it's far too early to enter early access. Nevertheless, it is very cool to see that it will be, and I'm curious to see what happens with it after it does. Mabinogi Eternity released a trailer very recently. I did a video on this, actually. You can go ahead and check out if you want to, where they showcase the graphical overhauls that are taking place between Mabinogi, or the current version of Mabinogi and the new upcoming Mabinogi Eternity. I think the changes are pretty substantial and look absolutely stunning. I think this really could breathe new life into the game, given this is one of the most unique MMOs that I have ever played. Mad World has announced that they are launching onto Steam. I have not heard a single person that has...
Mabinogi is unique? Why? What makes them say that?
Absolutely stunning. I think this really could breathe new life into the game, given this is one of the most unique MMOs that I have ever played. Mad World has announced that they are launching onto Steam. I have not heard a single person that has played and enjoyed Mad World.
There we go.
But I mean, it's going to be available to play if you're interested in the what's the genre called, like grimdark style of game. Chrono Odyssey has been very active on Twitter over the last several months, showcasing a lot of images, a lot of screenshots, and in some instances even little bits of gameplay. I'm curious why that is. Are they planning on releasing a new trailer? Are they planning on making an announcement of sorts? I guess we'll find out this year. NCSoft is continuing to showcase the overhauls for Blade and Soul and Blade and Soul Neo. And like looking at Blade and Soul in its current form, then looking at Blade and Soul Neo, this is a significant improvement. But at the same time, while yeah, Blade and Soul Neo Classic looks really freaking good, I don't think it's really gonna make much of a difference, because people aren't complaining that the game looks ugly. They're complaining that the game is pay to win. They're complaining that the game just sucks. And changing the graphics isn't really going to fix that. But the graphics aren't the only thing they're changing.
I think it did it for Rust.
So I will do a dedicated video on this. I've been meaning to. I will have it done at some point in the next week or two, where we will discuss everything Neo Classic is doing to Blade and Soul. And finally, NCSoft has officially granted a City of Heroes server license to the Homecoming crew. This is very big news, as people have been emulating City of Heroes for a while now, and what this means is that essentially you're going to be able to play it without worrying about the game shutting down or being illegal. This is a move nobody expected NCSoft to do. And I give kudos to them for this. Now,
yeah, me too. I think that's... you skipped me back a whole bunch.
Wow, it's so weird. Graphical overhauls that are taking place. But, I mean, it's going to be available to play.
That's cool that they did that. I respect it. Now, we are not live for some reason. Why? I want you to, like, jump to live here. And, yeah, we're looking good. Okay. We're live. You didn't sit down for some reason, so just heal. Alright, well, just go out there. Dumb. You stripped her naked. It's so annoying. Oh, Sidon wishes to trade with you. Why? Let me throw a peek in Circuit Shield. Call for help. Why would I call for help? There's a zone right here. No, it's okay. I don't need anything. It's alright.
If you're interested in the what's the genre called, like grimdark style of game.
Grim Dark.
Chrono Odyssey has been very active on Twitter over the last several months, showcasing a lot of images, a lot of screenshots,
a lot of linen.
and in some instances, even little bits of gameplay. I'm curious
Satina.
why that is. Are they planning on releasing a new trailer? Are they planning on making an announcement of sorts? I guess we'll find out this year. NCSoft is continuing to showcase the overhauls for Blade and Soul and Blade and Soul Neo. And like looking at Blade and Soul in its current form, then looking at Blade and Soul Neo, this is a significant improvement.
Blade and Soul
But at the same
Neo.
time, well, yeah, Blade and Soul Neo Classic looks really freaking good. I don't think it's really gonna make much of a difference because people aren't complaining that the game looks ugly. They're complaining that the game is pay to win. They're complaining that the game just sucks. And changing the graphics isn't really going to fix that. But the graphics aren't the only thing they're changing. So I will do a dedicated video on this. I've been meaning to. I will have it done at some point in the next week or two where we will discuss everything Neo Classic is doing to Blade and Soul. And finally, NCSoft has officially granted a City of Heroes server license to the Homecoming crew. This is very big news as people have been emulating City of Heroes for a while now, and what this means is that essentially you're going to be able to play it without worrying about the game shutting down or being illegal. This is a move nobody expected NCSoft to do, and I give kudos to them for this. Now, this is all of the MMO news that mattered to me over the course
I
of
hope they do that for Rust one day. When Rust 2 comes out, I think they should make Rust 1 free to play as like a crash course into 2. Also, if they can make bigger servers with bigger like LANs, I would pay for monthly.
the last couple weeks.
My
If you think I missed anything, let me know down in the comment section below.
I don't know why.
Now, if none of these MMOs are of any interest to you, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now. That might be more up your alley.
Cheesy trance. Why did you turn my monitor off? You're so annoying. Starfield dead. Microsoft gives up. Oh god. Pay to win update at the end. Pay to win update at the end. Right. Okay.
So how pay to win is Throne Liberty. Now that
Thank
the game's been
you,
up
Canon. I have like subbed.
for about a month, and a lot of the server milestones
Thank you for the
have been
content from the
unlocked,
stream.
we have a much better understanding as to how pay to win this game really is. Now, with that said, some of you guys may have seen a recent video that I published in regards to the pay to win, but I want you guys to know that that video was recorded within the first week of launch, so there were definitely things that I have learned since then.
Oh no.
But also, more importantly, there have been a lot of milestones that have been reached in the game, increasing the amount of content that we've had access to, essentially increasing the amount of mats that we have access to. And I made this pretty clear throughout this whole segment that regardless of what my thoughts and breakdown was in regards to the pay to win at the time, it really didn't matter because we needed to see all of the milestones reached to really gauge what the end game was actually going to be like. And I admit there were certainly some things that I definitely missed at that time, but I mean, to be fair, it was literally within the first week of the game, and there's no way I'm going to sit here and tell you that I knew everything there was to know about the game within the first week. I feel like I was pretty clear throughout the whole ordeal that we were still learning, and there were still content or milestones to be reached. So I do apologize if there was a little bit of misinformation / misdirection, but I do want to be clear that that video is outdated, and this is the video that you want to see. I can't take that video down, however, because there is a sponsor in that video, and I just have to leave it up. So if anyone asks or reacts or whatever, just let them know that this is the update to the video, and that was recorded well before anyone pretty much knew anything in regards to the game. I know it was published like 2 weeks prior, but it was recorded, I believe, like within the first week. Okay, so we're just gonna get right into this, man. And I'm gonna try and be as straight to the point as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and open the cache up here. in Throne and Liberty, you have two currencies. You have Lucent and you have Solent. If I were to insert my opinion right now, I would say it's a lot like Solent is a lot like Silver in Lost Ark, and Lucent is a lot like Gold in Lost Ark. You can purchase gold with money. Well, you technically purchase royal crystals, but you're essentially buying gold. You use that gold to purchase goods on the auction house. So in Throne and Liberty, Lucent is a farmable currency, and the way you farm this currency is by farming items, like any item gear drop that you get in the open world, you can sell, and you can see which items are sellable based off of this icon right here. Pull this up. This icon right here, it means it's tradable. Okay, this is not tradable, right? So there are certain items that are tradable, certain items that aren't, but general rule of thumb, TLDR, if you farm the item in the open world, you kill a mob, and it drops this weapon, then you can sell it on the auction house. The other way to sell things on the auction house is to extract traits, which we're going to talk about later. So there's a trait right here, max health. If I were to extract this trait right here, it's going to consume this mat right here. You can purchase in game with Solent, and I'm going to get this item. This item right here, I can then sell on the auction house and get a lot of Solent. Lucent. This, by the way, is Soylent. Probably one of the best ways to farm.
Because it's your lifeblood, essentially your
Lucent,
money.
You're going to do a lot of dungeons, and these dungeons.
It'd be funny if it was called Soylent. It's like it represents your life money, your human money, because it's like your lifeblood. It's real money. The game costs real money. When you want to buy stuff on the auction house, that's ridiculous. They'll never sell that to me. They will if I can sell back to the auction house, and sell everything that I make each day.
Might drop you a best in slot weapon or a gear piece that has the best in slot trade.
Oh, good, and loot boxes as well.
I'm going to talk a little bit about the trades because they are relevant to the pay to win. But just know that this is another way to farm Lucent. Other than that, Lucent is the premium currency that you can simply purchase. Down here, you can see 100 Korean, which is about like 70, 80 USD. But like, when this goes to the West, this will be like $100. Or 3,600 plus 540 Lucent. Lucent, guys, you can use to essentially buy every single thing, including upgrade mats, outside of one thing, which I will tell you here in a second. But you can obviously buy base level gear in the auction house, and you could also purchase these recipe mats. This is whatever, but it's this. This is like kind of like the big one here. These are the main ingredients to craft upgrade mats. For example, in order to enhance my, let's say, my weapon here, this is going to require these growth stones. And in order to get these growth stones, I can either play the game or I can simply craft these right here. Actually, I'll use the weapon one. Here's the weapon one. I can upgrade these from the greens, or I can simply purchase or craft these by having rare magic powders or rubrics. Okay, rare magic powder or blue powder and blue rubrics. I can purchase the rubrics in the marketplace, obviously, and I can also purchase the powder by just simply purchasing any item in the auction house and dissolving. You can see right here, if I dissolve this, I'm gonna get this. So when it comes to gear enhancing, you can absolutely swipe and pay to win to enhance to speed up your progression here. And you're going to also notice everything you do requires Solent, whether it's dissolving, whether it's enhancing your gear, everything just requires Solent. And Solent used to be a bottleneck, but after implementing these new events that give you a lot of precious marins, like this mat right here, the Solent bottleneck has become non-existent because now you can now realistically swipe for a lot of Solent. All I would have to do is purchase this Marin here, and as you can see, if I vendor this, it will sell for 432k, and I could just do that indefinitely. Before, these were nowhere near as available, so the amount of Solent that was required to continue.
Now, I put a buy order out for a bunch of these. And look, I'm going to make a lot of money. $27.99, right? And I figured 75 would be great to have anyways. But we're going to cut it down to like, I don't know, 50. I'm going to keep 25 of them right now. But I'm going to sell the rest of these for so much money. Look, it's going to be a lot. Yep. And then, yeah, what else did I buy? I think I've got other high quality stuff too, but I don't remember what it all I was doing. Yeah, I'll probably just buy order that. Yeah. It's dark day. Should see some dark weather. Yay. Okay, so first we're gonna get the the bat eye out of the way while I buff. Oh yeah, how's this going? I haven't even thought about this in a while. I'm almost full. Nice.
Your skill has increased.
$0.20, huh? Spin fiber. I'm gonna turn the music on. Or no, I'm not.
Upgrading gear versus the amount of soul.
So this is boring me, but I learned. I learned what they're doing to Throne to Liberty. We all lost our throne and liberty accounts. What to do? Nope, there's nothing to do. Throne and Liberty is actually good. Yeah, I don't think it actually really good. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe. Okay, we'll go back to the drawing board. Or well, we'll go back to that. Yeah, we'll go back to the search. See what we got. They're completely removing PvP from ESO because nobody does it. Yeah, because it's toxic. You guys can't balance it right. You can't make it work. ESO was like a PvE game, pretty much, I would say.
February 2024
Thank you,
was an
MMO
interesting
Bite.
month for MMOs. Do you remember Critica Online?
I'd
that
like to sub to your
shut
channel.
down,
Oops.
then became Critica Reboot? No, not Critica Mobile, even though, yes, there was a Critica Mobile. Regardless, Critica Zero is their latest attempt at reviving the failed Critica intellectual property by
Critica.
returning to their roots. Their roots, you know, that made everyone quit the first time.
The game.
Wonder's Eternal World launched. This looks and feels very much like Maple Story 2, and could be the cute
Warp
little
drive
anime
active.
side game you've been waiting for. Not a main game, because I feel as though it lacked a lot of substance and depth from what Mrs. Sticks and I played. Chrono Travelers launched, and oh my god, it was horrible. It was cluttered.
Why are all
autoplay.
these games
They expressed
bad?
how
Why did they
bad This
bother?
game wasn't a dedicated video. If
They
you
think
were
they can just
interested
rip
in
it
trying
off?
the game out, which you really shouldn't be. And then we had some beta tests. Nothing really of value. February 2024 looks
Nothing really of value.
kind of the same. A couple releases, some test phases. Hey, my name is Sticks, and welcome back to another episode of MMOs releasing next month, a video series I do every single month where I take the time to make sure that you're aware of everything releasing in the coming 30 days,
Yep.
in an effort to make sure
Warp
you don't miss
drive
out on anything.
active.
If you enjoy this series, make sure to like the video, leave a comment letting me know what MMO you're most excited for. Subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell notification. That way, you don't miss anything that I post, and I really do post a lot. Plus, I also enjoy chatting to you guys in the comment section. If you're curious what games came out last month though, or really at any month this or last year, consider checking out any video in this series. Other than that, let's just go ahead and jump right in. After losing Black Desert Online, Kakao has really
Black
never
Desert Online?
recovered it, as they have been struggling to find an MMO
Losing
to replace that
BDO.
hole in the market. They tried with Allion, they failed.
Really failed.
Docking
Horribly.
request accepted.
Or Odin Valhalla Rising has been a relative success within Korea, but has still yet to release globally. But ROM, Return of Majesty, might just be what they've been after. Remember of Majesty is a fully cross-platform MMORPG featuring PC and mobile cross-platform functionality. It has a full release date set for March 6, 2024, but in December they opened
Oh yeah, I'm carrying around
pre-registrations
these
for both
nice,
the game and the
skinny
global
pieces.
closed beta test. A beta test was held for Asia from January 23rd through January 25th and is expected to hold a final global beta at some point before their launch in the first week of March, which means it's highly likely we'll be able to play at some point in February. It seems as though only players that are pre-registered will obtain access, as there are no additional methods to obtain a key. At present, there are 100,000 players already pre-registered, which for an MMO or even a gacha game is very low. Most gacha games average at least 1 million pre-registered players. Many of the more moderately popular gacha games average 5 to 7 million pre-registered players, and even MMOs at their launch have typically hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of players testing them out.
I don't play
so
gacha.
maybe this won't end up being
I don't
the
pay for it.
success that Kakao
I
has
won't
been
play
after.
for it.
Graphically, the game doesn't look bad, but it also doesn't look even remotely close to looking good, which will likely result in an immediate pass for most of us PC MMO players. Maybe not necessarily for mobile MMO players. Scars of Honor is a tab target MMO developed in Bulgaria by Beast Burst Entertainment. They flew a few of us creators out there, my wife, myself,
Really?
Callum Upton, Josh Strife Hayes, Queenie, to take a look at the game, to talk with the developers. And while I can't say with certainty that the game will ultimately ever fully release, I can say that the dev team are very dedicated and passionate about their game, and they aren't afraid to have critics like us take a look at it, and that's a solid first step. The game is very old school and was admittedly very incomplete when we had the opportunity to play it, but have supposedly made a lot of progress since introducing a new racial starter zone to explore. They're opening up a test phase for players beginning February 6th and lasting through February 20th, with a simultaneous Kickstarter page being opened as well. I'm going to be streaming this test phase on probably Saturday the 10th of February, maybe a little earlier, so I can give you all a proper, educated look at the game, let you know my genuine, honest thoughts. I think this is the most fair way of tackling this, and Look forward to seeing what's improved since.
There's 250 in
And hopefully you
Asmodeum.
guys over on Twitch at the time. Before we discuss the remainder of MMOs launching in February 2024, allow me to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon. Your guys'
all of
support
them
is
are
why
bad.
I can make videos like this every single month, and I deeply appreciate you all being there
sorry.
for me.
25
Battleworld is a
apiece, huh?
grimdark MMO
35.
developed by Jandysoft. This is one of their very first games and their introduction to the MMO genre. It technically launched in 2023 with full browser support across every major platform that supports browser-integrated games.
thanks.
Mobile, PC, console. However, as of the last 24 hours, it launched onto Steam. So, why am I including it in the list of games coming in February? Because players have spent the entirety of the last 48 hours doing zero real playing. The game has been met with repeated issues that have prevented anyone from logging in.
Yep.
Given how long it took them to remedy issues they were having at their launch, it's going to take into February at the very minimum for Mad World to be in a fully playable state. Now, from what I've seen, the game is heavily and absurdly pay to win, to the point that I haven't even covered it in a dedicated video yet. But when they iron out their launch issues in the next week or two, you bet I'll be logging in to witness this catastrophe firsthand.
Heavily.
If you haven't been keeping up to date with all the drama, the Quinfall is what is potentially one of the biggest MMO scams of the last few years. I'm saying potential because I don't think it's definitively a scam yet. There are a lot of red flags so far, but only time will tell. At the very least, it's not quite on the scale of the day before yet, but honestly, what is? I've covered the Quinfall and their deceptive practices several times over the last month, but they're advertising the game as something that is larger in size and scale than World of Warcraft. Current World of Warcraft.
I think they're probably right too, except it's
for
empty.
a newly released MMO with any.
They think they can get away with the empty lie because they'd never played Mortal. Mortal wasn't empty, but it might as well be. It's so empty. You can run for so long before you see anything. It is a very empty game because it's based around land ownership, but I'm not sure their servers ever could have really handled that in the first place. So I don't know. After being like addicted to a bad game like Mortal 2, I don't really want another one. I don't want another one. I've been harmed by one already. I liked Mortal 2 enough to give them money again, which was so annoying. And now I don't want to write a more hateful thing about that, so I'm just not going to, you know. Oh, did I already sell those? Okay, banner fragments. Nope. Pristine topaz. Get some of those. Yeah, sure. Oh, what's this? Oh, you aggro me. You aggro me. Yeah. Oh, cool. And then Goblin Furrier, huh? Alright. Let's kill him. Star Metal arrows. So those were 6 apiece. Oh yeah, you know, there's arrows in this game. I totally fucking spaced that. What is my current set right now? It's like Void Gauntlet. Ah, yes, the Void Gauntlet. Yeah. He didn't pay anything. He just aggroed. God damn it. I love the way the Ice Elemental looks. I was like way down here in the 14s or something like that, looking for things that looked of value to sell, you know, like those powerful regen pots. Those will sell. Yeah, it took like that. Yeah, sure, whatever. I just want them out of my shit, you know. I have too much shit is the problem. Yeah, I'm not gonna get too much for those, but that's alright. Strong, angry earth coating. Don't think I'll get anything for these. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you'll buy them for that much, I fucking doubt it. Cut ruby, wildwood. Yep, are we fighting? Yeah, we're fighting. Hi, Barblazar right before he Blizzard 2, and I caught 77 on it, and he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I resisted, bitch. I resisted. Stupid caster. Drop of blessed water. What can I get for that? It seems kind of low, but I'll stack him with everybody else. Cup billion topazes. Yeah, probably try higher for those, you know. Fur. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm just looking for anything else valuable, really. Anything blue or purple, like those. Those are blue. Yep, 8 gold, 32 gold. Take 32 gold for those. Sumptuous Rabbit is a good grind, yeah. I want to go chop banana trees. Okay, compressed icicle. Compress. Put it away, and then we will undock and...
kind of funding. Nevertheless, they're releasing into closed beta as of January 30th for anyone that wants to see the train wreck that this game is and will likely become. I would strongly advise against becoming too attached to the game because I really don't see much, if any, real future for it.
Oh.
Reign of Guilds reported the results of their Steam playtest number 6 on January 15th, citing thousands of participating players, which is great news for an indie game. They also confirmed that they're going to be moving into a 7th playtest shortly that will likely take place at some point towards the end of January, beginning of February. The reason being, they confirmed a first quarter 2024 release date for the game, which means after February they have March to release in.
Yeah, March.
Either meaning that they'll fail to achieve their goal of a quarter 1 2024 release, or fit in every test they need between the February to March window.
Looks like Mortal.
Last month, I covered Reign of Guilds, and how their studio, especially on Reddit, shamelessly self-promote and then lash out verbally when confronted, reeking of absolute desperation and unprofessionalism. Reign of Guilds is supposedly a classic MMORPG.
Guys, Elemental died the same time I did.
Economy, lots of PvP. And that is all of the MMOs that I'm aware of that are releasing in some form and are playable in February 2024. There's a lot to be excited for, and some we're going to want to immediately pass on. Okay, there really isn't a lot to be excited for. There's going to be a lot we want to pass on. I got the Ice Cluster. But hopefully, February provides you something to have some fun.
I threw this orb away.
If you're interested, I urge you to check out one of the videos on screen right now for more MMO goodness.
Throne of Liberty. What MMO should you play in 2024? J Oddity from 3 days ago. Okay, let's try
There are so many MMOs to choose from in
you,
2024, and a lot of them are going to get major updates this year. Picking which one you want to devote some of your life to can be quite difficult, but I'm going to try and help you make that decision right now in this video. Let's jump in. A lot of this is going to come down to the type of gamer you are, so first I'm going to look at the traditional third-person MMOs, and we're going to start with the Elder Scrolls Online. ESO is actually turning 10 years old this year in April, and all year long ZeniMax Online Studios are going to be, celebrating that fact. And on top of that, there's actually going to be a major expansion this year in June called the Gold Road. ESO's combat is a little bit interesting. It's sort of like a hybrid tab target action combat mode. You don't have to aim every attack precisely. If you're just sort of close enough, the range abilities will hit, but there is left clicking to attack, there's blocking, there's dodging. It's one of the more action type of combat games on this list, but it is a third person MMO nonetheless. There's a whole thing about animation cancelling in this list, but it is a third person MMO nonetheless. There's a whole thing about animation cancelling in ESO. Some of you don't like it, some of you will. It's just one of those things. Let's talk about why you might want to play this game. And the first major obvious reason is the fact that it is an Elder Scrolls game. And with that come a lot of positives. If you like rich, detailed lore, then this is the kind of game for you. I think pretty much all of the story is voice acted, and very well voice acted at that. The original game, for example, had people like John Cleese, Michael Gambon, and many more. If you enjoy an MMO with a strong narrative, then Elder Scrolls Online is definitely something that you will want to consider. And honestly, it's got a lot of features that a lot of MMO gamers are looking for. It's got some really cool 4v4v4 battlegrounds. There are 4-person dungeons, 12-man trials, which are basically your 12-man raids. The Cyrodiil PvP is basically like a server versus server kind of thing, although it's actually faction v faction. If you're looking for content, then a game that's 10 years old has a lot of it. And what's more, this game is still getting regular updates. Just recently, they announced their roadmap for the year. Some of you PvP fans might want to look towards the end of the year because it's getting a PvP update, although details at the moment
how will you store all that loot?
However, in
Scrolls
June,
Online.
as I mentioned, we are getting a new expansion, the Gold Road. This new expansion is going to be set in Westfield, which is basically a zone you might be familiar with if you played Oblivion. And really, the main feature in this expansion is going to be something that they are calling scribing, which is going to be the ability to craft your own spells, or at least change them in some significant ways. There will be a new 12-person trial, and much more content on top of that. Of course, there will be some additional story. Honestly, ESO offers a lot to a lot of different people. I'm personally playing through ESO at the minute for a new player first impressions. That video, if I'm honest, is going to take me a while because I want to do at least 100 hours, but so far I'm really enjoying it. Now, reasons why you might not want to play ESO are pretty simple, but not necessarily a problem for everybody. Some people might not like the sales model. It's a little bit complicated to explain, but basically the expansions are buy to play. You get them and then you can just play them. Except there is an optional subscription on top of that called ESO Plus. And if you do buy ESO Plus, you actually get all of the previous expansions except the latest one. So right now that's Necrom, so you get all of the previous ones except Necrom, and then when the Gold Road comes out, you'll get all of the previous ones except the Gold Road. So if you are following along with the most recent content, then you are going to want the subscription and to buy the new expansion, and you will want that subscription ESO Plus because the amount
even
of
nearly as fun as New
offers
World
are pretty required. Honestly, you won't really go far wrong with ESO if you're looking for narrative gameplay. It's mostly story, mostly PvE. PvP apparently has been a little bit neglected, but as I said, some of that's coming at the end of the year. The next MMO that we're going to talk about is Final Fantasy XIV. I know a lot of you will be familiar with this. It sort of had a renaissance sort of relatively recently in recent years, but it is going to remain a good option for you to pick up in 2024. And in this summer, we're going to be getting the new expansion, Dawntrail. Final Fantasy is a classic tab target MMO. So a little bit like ESO, Final Fantasy is known for its very strong storytelling. Let's put it one way, it's definitely not an afterthought, it's sort of the main driver of the gameplay. If you are a player who enjoys a good, strong narrative, then Final Fantasy is another good option for you. It also has quite a good community. The community to me, and now obviously I'm mostly an outsider here, does seem to be mostly friendly, especially if you actually enjoy the game, but there's a deep community there. I'm not just talking about ERP, I'm talking about all kinds of roleplay, story-driven content, streamers, etc. There's a very nice community surrounding Final Fantasy. And a little bit like ESO, again, it is getting regular updates. This summer we are getting Dawntrail. Dawntrail is going to be adding 2 new jobs, the Pictomancer and I think the Viper might be the name of the other one. The level cap is going to be increasing to 100. I will imagine it will continue to get regular updates for the foreseeable future. But why might you not want to play Final Fantasy? Well, the first one that springs to my mind is that it literally is a subscription model.
Yeah.
Yes, there are free trials.
I mean, you could play free.
Which have like unlimited time to like maybe like level 70 or something. But if you're going to want to play the game long term, unlike ESO, this one has a mandatory subscription. It is a sub to play game. The way that you pay for this is you buy the expansions and then you pay for the
I could play 14 for free.
Whilst the game does have a lot of story driven content, there is a lot of story there. Yes, I do believe you can pay to skip it, but a lot of people say if you do that you'll be confused. But there is so much story there that it can sort of feel like you need so much time to go through it. It's very time intensive, I think. And on top of that, I personally think that there's a little bit of slow pacing because of that. I only played for 3 hours the other day, but when I was going through it, the actual start of the game, it felt a little bit slow. I'm sure it's probably going to ramp up a little bit, but the main story didn't really get going for quite a while. Obviously, as you progress the game, it's probably going to feel a little bit quicker, but basically it's a little bit slow at the start and it's time intensive. However, Final Fantasy offers all the classic
but what do you
features.
do solo? Just
there are
questing?
PvP battlegrounds, there are raids, and if you like story-driven gameplay, you're probably going to want to look at this one, or ESO as I mentioned earlier. The next one I'm going to talk about is another classic one here, and that's going to be World of Warcraft. Now, There's so much to possibly say about World of Warcraft. Let's say that I think there's like 4 different versions you can be playing right now, if not 5 or 6. There's a lot going on with World of Warcraft. And honestly, for a lot of people, if you are like watching this video, you've probably played World of Warcraft before. If you've not,
well, SOD was worth a revisit.
It is sort of the most popular MMO that has ever existed.
It was fun to do the current stuff.
Now, depending on which mode you play, sort of depends what kind of player you want to be. The main 2 that are probably worth checking out right now are Season of Discovery and what we would call Retail. So let's deal with Season of Discovery first. Season of Discovery is basically Classic Plus. They're doing it in different phases, so as of speaking right now, they're at level 25, but I believe that cap's going to be going up to level 40, and all the way through they're changing the classes, they're changing the content as well a little bit, but they're trying to stay true to the classic feel. I could probably spend a whole video talking about what Season of Discovery is. I would recommend that you try it if you've played WoW before, or you enjoyed Classic.
It's a great game.
It was originally around.
Pretty fun.
There's also another
it sucks the first
Classic,
3 hours.
ERA, which is literally just the classic level 60 experience.
But
there's
then when all the people are gone, it's really
the
fun.
Lich King sort of like Classic, which is going to be going to Cataclysm this year. And then finally we have Retail. They announced the World Saga at BlizzCon.
I don't know why it's going to Classic.
Of Retail, there's going to be 3 expansions, 1 every year. 1 this year, probably around November, and then 2 more after that. World of Warcraft is a classic tab target MMO. World of Warcraft, depending on which version you play, is either buy to play with a sub or a sub fee, I believe, just for Classic and Season of Discovery. Almost all of WoW has the same kind of things, right? There's battlegrounds, there's often arenas, not in Classic, but in Retail or Wrath. There's proper raids, there's open world PvP, depending on, you know, if you've PvP or PvE flagged or what have you. There's a lot in WoW. Try it. You know what it is. Just try it if you want it. Then we're going to move on to one of my personal favourite games, but it's a little bit bittersweet and a little bit hard to recommend, and that is New World. New World is a proper action combat game. Unlike something like ESO, if you miss, you are missing, right? It's not going to correct for you. It's not going to sort of be soft locked on. If you aim a bow and you miss the bow doesn't hit. And that's a huge departure for a lot of people from tab target MMOs, so I feel like I need to mention that because it's very different. However, a lot of people, mostly myself and the people who watch me on stream, were a little bit bored of tab target MMOs, and we like this action combat. Now it feels a little bit rough, to be honest with you. There's some animations that feel a little bit clunky, but for me it always feels like grounded, and I do enjoy that. ESO, for example, I find a little bit floaty. New World I find really impactful, and that's what I like about it. If you like New World's combat, you'll like the game. If you don't, then you probably won't. And New World is one of the newest games on this list, releasing in 2021, and the graphics are very, very nice. Probably the best on this list as well. Because New World was originally intended to be a sandbox MMO, it does have a player-driven economy, which a lot of people might enjoy. New World, though, is just a buy-to-play game. There is a season pass, but that's pretty damn optional. Unlike the ESO one where it's almost required, it is very optional in New World, and you only need to buy it once every 3 months if you do want it. But it now does have an expansion, so you've got to buy the core game and the expansion if you want to play. Well, technically you can just buy the core game and then buy the expansion when you're ready, but you know, if you want to get to the end game, you need everything. However, we can't go talking about New World without talking about the controversies that surrounded its launch. We did have exploits, we do have a lot of bugs, and it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I would say that the exploits are mostly toned down right now. There's no like game-breaking exploits that, you know, destroy the economy or anything like that. We do still get content that has bugs, but you know, they're generally not great, but they're not exactly like the worst things in the universe, but they do start getting frustrating after a while. And one of the main issues that we had at launch with New World is that there was a lack of end game content. Now, whilst the end game content has definitely been expanded since launch and the systems have been made a lot better, you can probably get through the end game content of New World relatively quickly, and then we're not getting that much content on top of it that quickly. However, like some of these other games, I think we're going to get an expansion at the end of this year. We're definitely going to get a major announcement in May, and I think it's going to be in 2 parts, probably a console announcement, and probably that the game is going to be getting an expansion later this year. We'll have to wait and see about that one. One of the problems with New World and its endgame content, we really only have 5-person dungeons, 1 battleground and 3v3 arena. That's not ranked. we're a little bit short on endgame options, unlike the rest of the MMOs. The next MMO we're going to talk about is Black Desert Online. Now, I have to confess a little bit, I don't know too much about this game, so if I say anything wrong, then do let me know in the comments below. Black Desert Online is simply a buy-to-play game. Its main issue with monetization, I think, is its pay-to-win element. Now, I mentioned pay-to-win, many people will be talking about what game is, what game isn't. I would say BDO is probably the most pay-to-win game that I've mentioned so far. That's not to say a game like WoW isn't, because you can buy gold with the WoW token. I don't want to get into it too much because it's going to be controversy, but if you really want to play this game, then I would definitely look into the pay-to-win element if you are against that very strongly. The game does, however, offer some incredibly beautiful graphics. It's sort of quite a few years old right now, but if you look at it, for me, it's still one of the prettiest MMOs around. And a little bit like New World, it is action combat. It does offer a little bit of a different take. It's very fast-paced, where I think New World's a little bit slower, but the action combat is regarded by many to be the best in class. I personally prefer New World, but I would say a lot more people prefer BDO's combat. It's one of its unique selling points, and it does look quite fun. I'd say it's a little bit more hack and slash than, say, New World though, but that's just taste, you know, that doesn't mean it's bad. BDO does offer a large open world with a variety of different activities and professions, and you can engage in all the traditional MMORPG things like questing, dungeons, etc. But there is stuff like fishing, trading, horse breeding, I believe. Quite a lot of sandbox elements that, if you're interested in that, could be very intriguing. You might not want to consider BDO though if you're against super grindy games. It's sort of known for being quite grindy and requiring a lot of time investment. There are a lot of people who enjoy grindy games, and maybe that's you, and maybe you'll enjoy this. I would definitely look into this more if you are time poor and you want to play this game. I don't want to come across negative about Black Desert Online. I simply haven't played it enough for that to be the case. Just the things that I hear about it are things that put me off the game, which is why I've not personally invested a lot of time into it. I have to say, I do plan in 2024 to give it a first shot though, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. The next MMO we are going to be looking at though is Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 is one of the most unique MMOs out there. It doesn't have the classic vertical progression, which I'm not going to explain what it is, but in theory, the end game gear that you got at the start of the game is still somewhat relevant. And for me, that's very intriguing. Guild Wars 2 has some really unique features. For example, the PvP is effectively equalized in the battlegrounds. It does have a realm v realm mass PvP mode, which I have to say when the game originally came out, I really enjoyed. And there are raids in the game. It has all the traditional MMORPG content. One of its cool features is the dynamic event system, which is sort of like an alternative to traditional questing. These occur throughout the game world, and players can participate in them spontaneously. And I think this makes the game feel a little bit more alive and interactive than other MMOs. I think Guild Wars 2 does offer some player-friendly monetization. It does not require a monthly fee. A little bit like New World, it is simply buy to play, and there are expansions. And its monetization is primarily focused on cosmetic and convenience features. Guild Wars 2 did get an expansion last year, and if I'm honest, I'm sort of expecting them to get one this year. I would say that some players might not like having a non-traditional end game. I think a lot of players do enjoy vertical progression, but if you're a casual player, sometimes you can get left behind vertical progression. So, you know, Guild Wars 2 might be one that you want to consider if you are a relatively casual player. Other than that, what I hear about Guild Wars 2 makes me regret stopping playing it. It's a game, a little bit like ESO, that I wish that I never stopped, and I actually just went, you know, completely full on when it came out. But for some reason, I just never did it, and I sort of regret it. Now, if I'm honest, they're the major third-person MMOs. There's probably some others. If I missed one and it was like your favorite, then, you know, you can let me know in the comments. I'm aware that I'm not talking about Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. I think we're sticking with the major ones here, so don't hate me if they're your favorite game. Then we are going to move into a bit of a genre that I don't personally like because of the camera angle, but we still have to talk about it if we're going to try and answer what MMO you should play this year. And we're going to talk about Albion Online first. Now, this is an isometric MMO, and that's actually the thing that puts me off, right? But I know that's not a case for a lot of you guys, so let's talk about it. Albion Online is known for its PvP sandbox elements and its player-driven economy, which might interest you or it might put you off. The game does have open world PvP, and what it has is different zones of different dangerous levels. But if you're looking for a PvP based MMO, then this is definitely a good shout. If you want to play without PvP, I would look into this area a little bit more because the game might not be for you. I didn't really talk about this, but like New World and sort of Final Fantasy, you're not tied into a class in Albion Online. You basically are what you were, and that for a lot of people is a big selling point. I have heard that the game can be grind intensive. I think it requires quite a significant time investment to gather the resources, craft the items and level up. Again though, that's not off-putting for all of you, so do consider that. If you're against PvP, then you are sort of cut off from some of the game because the high level PvP zones are quite high risk. You're basically able to be killed, and for a lot of people that's an instant turn off. I won't talk too much about Albion Online. Honestly, this video is a little bit tricky because like how much information should I impart about a game without making this video 3 hours long? But the next game I do want to talk about is Lost Ark. Lost Ark sort of feels like it's lost its favour with a lot of players at the moment, I think because it's quite grindy. It is another isometric MMO, which may or may not put you off. I'd say one of its key features is the combat. That hack and slash feels very satisfying and it looks quite flashy and it's enjoyable for a lot of the players. If you are a fan of action RPGs, then this game could definitely be for you. It has a beautiful world, it's rich in detail and scope. If you enjoy exploration and discovery, then this might be something you want to pick up. And it does have quite a good guild system. You can level up your guild, and if you like working together and socializing, then again, this one might be for you. However, I do believe that it is quite time consuming. Obviously, many MMOs are quite time consuming, but there are different levels and tiers to that, and I think Lost Ark is probably at the grindy end. A lot of the time I think the gameplay revolves around getting alts and then doing dailies, and you might not be into that. And with that, there are some possible indications of pay to win. It is a free to play game, so you know, you can take of that what you will. Now, one MMO I'm not going to talk about that I probably should have done, but I don't know anything about it, is RuneScape. The simple reason is I've never played RuneScape, never been interested in it. There's RuneScape 3, I think.
Never played RuneScape, never been interested in it.
RuneScape. If you like games with old style graphics, then this one could be you. I think it's quite grindy, but it has so many features that I probably couldn't impart to you what it is, even if I knew, and I don't. It's one of those games that I'm probably never going to personally check out. Now, there are some interesting upcoming MMOs that are going to be playable this year. One of them is actually being fully released, we think, and that's going to be Throne and Liberty. Throne and Liberty is a tab target MMO, and I think looking at the Korean version, it's going to be mostly focused around mass PvP, but it's optional PvP if that makes sense. It's going to be a lot of zerging, I believe. However, the game is going to have dungeons, raids, etc. The only thing it really seems to be missing is sort of PvP arenas and battlegrounds, but apparently they're on the way, as is a realm versus realm, server v server kind of thing, which could be very exciting. One of its major concerns would be that it possibly is pay to win. Well, to be honest with you, the Korean version is pay to win, but it's all about how bad will it be when we actually see it and we've played it for a long time. Right now, I can't really answer that. That was rumoured to have a global beta in Q1 and be released in Q2, but if I'm honest, that rumour is unsubstantiated and we don't know when it's coming, but I think you can expect it in 2024. This year, we are also going to be getting PAX Day. PAX Day is a crafting sandbox MMO.
I hope PAX Day is good. I'm going to buy it.
Structures, go out, gather materials,
the people liked it.
Craft stuff, build, you know, a blacksmithing station, and then use that station to craft more. The game is going to be getting another alpha in Q1, I believe, and then in spring is going to be getting an early access release, which isn't a release, but it is out in playable if you want to play it. So keep that on your radar. And then the other one that you might be interested in, but you might not be able to play it because they've stopped selling it at this point, is Ashes of Creation. I'm just mentioning it here because it's going to be a game that a lot of people are interested in, but a lot of people aren't going to play it. And what I mean by that is we are going to be getting the Alpha 2 in Q3, I believe, this year. I myself am working on an Ashes of Creation YouTube channel, so if you want to check that out, it's just going to be, you know, all the Ashes of Creation news, etc. There'll be a link in the description if you've made it this far and you want to check it out. But Ashes of Creation sounds very interesting, and to get our hands on a lot of the core key features is going to be truly interesting, and that's happening this year. Look, I'm aware that there's probably quite a lot of MMOs that didn't make this list, and I'm also aware that I probably didn't go into enough detail about your chosen MMO that you're interested in. The reality is, if you want more detail on a specific MMO, you should probably just check on YouTube and try and get people's actual reviews. MMOs are vast time investments, but hopefully I've helped you look at what's coming, what exists, and what you might actually fancy. Big shout out to my Patreons, I do really appreciate you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Have a most beautiful day, like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lucky here, and it's now 2024. So let's talk about the state of the MMO genre and go over the most played MMOs right now. A lot has changed since the last time I made this video. We've seen some MMOs move way up on the list and some move way down. This video is strictly by the numbers, which means I'm not ranking them by quality, simply by active player base size. Which MMOs are dying, which MMOs are thriving, let's find out. Dropping one spot to number 14 is EvE Online, a dependable old MMO released way back in 2003, but still being actively supported by its developers and its fans. EvE Online is an MMO where your goal is to build and upgrade a powerful spaceship so that you can join up with others to vie for control of the most profitable sectors in space. EvE Online is free to play with the option to pay money to do things like access more of the spaceship sooner. It also has an optional sub. As with most optional subs, fans of the game will often tell you that to fully enjoy the game, the sub isn't so optional. EvE Online has a fantastic character creator, but that matters little as you'll rarely see your character. Your focus is on your ship, and it's what you'll spend most of your time controlling. In EvE Online, players form their own alliances and then battle for control of the universe. PvP in EvE Online is high stakes, as when your ship is destroyed, it does not simply respawn. No, you must build it again. The many hours, days, or months worth of materials you used to build that ship are now gone. EvE Online has made headlines as a result of the massive size and scale of some of its player versus player battles, with thousands of players on either side. EvE Online is often called a spreadsheet simulator, as many players engage in tracking materials and costs diligently. CCP Games finally embraced this and has actually added an integrated spreadsheet into the game. So how is EvE Online's population health? If we look at Google Trends to see how popular a topic EvE Online has been, we can see that its popularity as of late has been slightly sliding. It's definitely trending down over time, as games typically do after this many years. This could be due to the fact that they've increased their subscription fee to $20. This is no longer a cheap game to play. With EvE Online falling all the way down here to number 14 on the list and having the incredibly expensive subscription fee, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here. Now is the perfect time to cozy up at home with a game that you can really get stuck into, whether you're on PC or mobile, a game that you can seamlessly switch between devices, a game with over 800 incredible champions ranging from lizard-like creatures to elves, orcs, dwarves, and even demons. If you're into collecting awesome characters and having a great time, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen and join the adventure. Imagine a single champion that was technically two champions, a powerful warrior able to change between two forms, each with their own set of unique skills. This game's brand new mythical champion rarity are exactly that, switching between two forms using their unique metamorph skill. Also, the Cursed City is one of Raid's biggest features since the Doom Tower, with 100 stages to complete. As you work your way through the new Cursed City, you'll complete its various quests, and you can even get your hands on one of the new mythical champions. Get involved in Raid's Christmas Story, a special holiday themed event where you can win both in-game and real-life prizes ranging from epic and legendary champions to Amazon gift cards. All you need to do to join the event is head to raidxmas.com. Click my link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses available only via my link, like Champion Drake and other useful things. Once you're in and crushing your enemies, look for me, LuckyGhost_, and join my clan, Vegeta Best Arc 8888. Hit my link in the description and I'll see you on the battlefield. Massive shout out to Polarium for sponsoring this video so I can keep giving you guys the best content possible. Thanks for listening. Now let's get back to the video. Next up, slipping one spot from number 12 to number 13 is SWTOR. SWTOR's population is on a fairly steep decline as of late, as BioWare has handed the game off to a new developer to keep it up and running as they move on to new projects. SWTOR launched in 2011, developed by BioWare, published by EA. This is another MMO that is now free to play with an optional sub. That optional sub will unlock a lot of things, but most importantly, it gives you access to all of the zones in the game forever, even if you only sub for 1 month and then cancel. Veterans of the game will tell you that if you want to actually experience SWTOR, that's exactly what you need to do. SWTOR is probably most known for its amazing class stories that immerse you in the world of Star Wars. The class stories are fully voice acted, are incredibly well fleshed out and written. Perhaps the most unique part of these stories is that your choices actually have an impact on the ending of your story, with up to 3 different endings possible for each class. This is definitely one of the coolest parts of SWTOR. Unfortunately for SWTOR, its last expansion left a lot to be desired, with the community lamenting the fact that it offered barely a few hours of entertainment per faction. It's left the community wondering about the future of the game, and rightfully so. This is a theme that seems to resonate with a lot of MMO communities right now, as it looks like there are a lot of developers who have quietly begun working on their next big MMO while continuing to support their existing MMOs. Still, SWTOR is a largely single-player experience, and if you've never done it before, it could be a lot of fun, particularly if you're a fan of the Star Wars universe. You'll get Star Wars music, art, stories, and lightsabers. The game features 8 classes, split 4 and 4 between Jedi and the Sith faction, with a lot of overlap between the classes on each side, almost as if one side is a near mirror image of the other. It's not a bad game to pick up and play with a friend, as it does feature level scaling, which has resulted in the questing experience becoming very easy. So you'd definitely be jumping in for the story rather than the challenge. So what does the population look like? Well, it's a bit all over the place. The game has done a decent job of holding a relatively flat level of interest, although it's definitely on the decline. Still, it's been enough to keep it ahead of EvE Online, and is the 13th most popular MMO in the world, which is nothing to sneeze at, but you'd certainly hope for a lot more from a Star Wars MMO. Which begs the question, is another Star Wars MMO already in development? Rumors say yes. Next up, moving up 2 places, from number 14 to number 12, is going to be Albion Online. Next up, we have New World, which is slid for 11 on the list. Next up, we have Guild Wars 2, which fell 3 places. 10 for now. Next up, we have RuneScape, or RuneScape 3. Moving up 1 spot to number 9, RuneScape 3 is a fantasy MMORPG originally built with Java to be played inside of your browser. Kids were playing this MMO on library computers all over back in the early 2000s. Over 20 years later, this game is still outrageously popular. So let's take a look at it. RuneScape is interesting because there's RuneScape, and then there's old school RuneScape. We'll get to old school RuneScape later, but right now let's talk about RuneScape, or RuneScape 3 as it's called. RuneScape was originally released all the way back in 2001 as a browser game, but that's largely changed as of 2016. The browser version was mostly replaced with a standalone client. RuneScape is a game where you can level anything by doing that thing. Level fishing by fishing, level magic by using magic. It's a grindy MMO with tons of content, seeing as it's been getting new content for over 20 years. As much as RuneScape has evolved past its sibling old school RuneScape, it's still very much the old school MMO experience. Slow-paced fights, basic combat, and not so state-of-the-art graphics. RuneScape did add a WoW-like ability system and a very contentious cash shop as it aged, leading to the birth of its older sibling, old school RuneScape. The pay-to-win nature of this cash shop didn't go over well with the community, and in a strange but telling twist, the classic version of the game without the pay-to-win cash shop has ended up with more players than the modern version. If we look at the trend for RuneScape, you can see how insanely popular it was back in the mid-2000s. It had absolutely massive popularity. If you were an MMO player but you weren't playing WoW, there's a good chance you were dabbling in RuneScape.
WoW.
RuneScape has lost a lot of players in the last decade, probably most of whom went to its sibling old school RuneScape, but it's still doing well enough to land at number 9 on the list today. Next up, we have MapleStory. After a brief surge in interest in the game saw it shoot up to number 5 on the list, it now sees itself falling 3 places down to number 8. MapleStory launched in 2003 in the East and 2005 in the West.
I'll be
this
right
was
back,
the gateway into MMORPGs for a lot of modern day MMO players. It was
while I'm gone, I don't want to be. I'll be right back.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
So.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate.
Cranberry drink. Yes. Nice cranberry drink.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Oh no, I hear something hitting me. Alright, you don't kill me.
Was immensely successful and is largely credited for RPGs for a lot of
Thunder
modern day
Tiger.
MMO players. It was immensely successful and is largely credited for introducing microtransactions to
course
MMOs,
it
perhaps
is.
not the best
Thanks.
thing to be known for. MapleStory is a free-to-play 2D side-scrolling, massively multiplayer online role-playing game developed by Wizit and published by Nexon. So far, the game has reached over 260 million registered users worldwide and grossed over $3 billion in lifetime revenue. To put that into perspective, the only MMO that comes even close to having had that many people try it is World of Warcraft. It's got around 42 different classes for you to try and offers an incredibly unique and accessible experience. So if your computer specs aren't the greatest, or if you want something completely different, perhaps give this game a try. It's got 2 decades worth of content, so there's plenty for you to do. How does it look on the charts? Well, here we see this 20-year-old MMO beating out staples in the genre like RuneScape 3 and Guild Wars 2, which is pretty impressive for this 20-year-old entry. Next up, we have Elder Scrolls Online, released in 2014. You can play it on PC, Mac, Xbox, and 10-year anniversary. Next up, we have Black Desert Online, released in 2015, playable on PlayStation, Windows, Xbox, iOS, and Android. Although it's worth noting that the mobile version of this game cannot play with the PC and console version of this game, so it's not cross-play, but it is cross-platform. Black Desert Online is moving down 2 places from the last time I made this list, as it's moving away from its expansion. BDO is an open-world game with very little in the way of instanced content. You don't play BDO for dungeons and raids, you play BDO to kill things out in the open world, often for hours just to gain a few % of a level. BDO is very much a grindy game. It's important to note that this is an always-on PvP game. Once you hit 50, the PvP is on. Anyone can kill you at any time. This is definitely one of the unique qualities of the game that makes it popular among PvPers. BDO has earned some pretty negative associations here in the West thanks to its previous publisher, making the game overly pay to win with some pretty heavy-handed monetization on top of that. But since the developer parted ways with the publisher, the game has undone a lot of the less popular aspects of its monetization, making it possibly worth looking into if you haven't done so recently. BDO features a ton of unique classes and continues to actively update the game, but how is the game's population trending of late? Let's take a look at the Google Trends. The game's launch was incredible and garnered a ton of interest. It bled players for a long time, as MMOs do, but its recent expansion saw a significant increase in interest in the game. This recent expansion focused on questing and bossing, 2 things the game never really focused on before, and it's seems to be paying off in spades. As the game moves away from this expansion, its player base is falling back down to normal, dropping it 2 places to number 6. Next up we have Lost Ark, which was released in 2019 and is playable on PC. Lost Ark is one of the youngest MMOs on this list, and until now it had been continually falling a position or 2 every time I updated this list. This time, however, it's moved up 1 spot from number 6 to number 5. Lost Ark is a free-to-play top-down MMORPG that launched in the East in 2019, then finally here in the West in 2022. Lost Ark is a beautiful MMO that kind of feels like Diablo and Final Fantasy XIV had a baby, and that baby grew up to have a gambling addiction. The game itself feels well polished and has loads of content thanks to the fact that it launched years earlier in the East, but there's been a deep sense of dissatisfaction in the community lately. It does have a cash shop and a gear progression system that will frequently remind you of its Eastern roots.
I knew Lost Ark was bad.
Pay to win, or
first
if you prefer,
45
we can call it
minutes.
Pay for power.
For the first 45 minutes I played it, I was like, nope, I know Lost Ark is bad. I know it's bad. I was like, Diablo 4 is more fun than this. I don't like Diablo 4.
But it's also one of the few MMOs that you can actually choose to play for completely free. And I'm not talking about those MMOs that you can try for free. You can legitimately access and play the entire game for free if you have the patience and the determination to push through the monetization of the game. There are more currencies than you can count, and your gear progression involves multiple layers of gambling said currencies. Despite its top-down view, it does feature dungeons and raids, and these are definitely some of the most popular content the game has to offer. The ultimate goal in Lost Ark is to sail around the world, collect things, and increase your character's power. The sailing is a lot of fun, especially early on when you first access it. One of the game's biggest strengths is its combat. As a lot of players will tell you, the combat is extremely satisfying. On top of that, the game has at least 17 different classes, with more on the way, each with their own look and feel to make sure anyone can find the right class for them. If we look at Lost Ark's trends, we can see that interest in Lost Ark exploded in February of 22 when it launched in the West, and then quickly dropped back down below World of Warcraft, while still remaining above heavy hitters like Guild Wars 2, BDO, and ESO. For a while, it looked like Lost Ark was just going to endlessly slide down this list, but this time it actually put an end to that losing streak, moving up from 6 to number 5. Lost Ark gets a lot of flack for having a lot of bots, and if you've booted it up recently, it's pretty fair to say that. This isn't to say that it doesn't have a ton of real players, as well as it's unlikely Google Trends is being swayed by bots in the same way that Steam Charts is. Next up, we have WoW Classic, also moving up 4 places from number 8 to number 4, thanks to the fact that this video is well timed for its recent population bulge. It dropped its well-received Season of Discovery at the end of 2023, causing its player numbers to explode, boosting it from the 8th position all the way here to number 4. In March of 2017, Blizzard finally caved and announced that they would be making World of Warcraft Classic. World of Warcraft Classic launched to massive appeal, much to the surprise of Blizzard, who had thought there was no way players would want a classic server. Appetite for the classic MMO experience out there. And speaking of classic MMOs, we've got old school RuneScape coming in at number 3.
This was so boring.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Gonna go back to a different topic now. I just don't know what. And I'm gonna eat lunch. Well, yeah, I'll do the Philip DeFranco, but I'm gonna eat well, I guess lunch right now.
Approaching Stargate.
Beautiful. Okay, before I run the video, which is Philip DeFranco, thank you for the excellent content from my stream. I'm gonna grab food real quick. I'll be ready. You have earned a free stamp. You may have added up to what 3 wild stamps at any time. Okay. For what? What did I earn the stamp for, though? guess that's just for being on the game, I guess. Oh, I forgot something. I'll be right back.
Autopilot jumping.
No, don't kill me. I can hear you aggroing. No. Die, Bat-Eye.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Okay, BRD. Okay, let's go. Got a drink, got dinner, got dessert.
Sup, you beautiful bastards. It's
Thank you, Philip
Monday.
DeFranco.
You're watching the Philip DeFranco Show, and we got a lot of news to talk about today. We've got this historic storm ravaging California, the messy drama at the Grammys, why I'm thanking Joe Rogan, the ridiculousness we're seeing with the border right now, also the future of this show as you know it, and then there's even more. But first, I'm very excited to announce the border right now. It's a graphic tee, hoodie, and crew mini drop of the year over at beautifulbastard.com. It just went live, and there's 3 key lines. Yeah, no, I'm fine gear. It's just how I feel anytime anyone asks me how I'm doing. The embrace change line, because I have to have some positivity out there. And I can't take it anymore gear, which by the way may qualify as a cry for help. All of which you can snag right now over at beautifulbastard.com. First come, first serve. Enjoy, thank you, and or you're welcome. But hey, we got a lot of news to talk about today, so let's just jump into it. Starting with, right now, California is getting railed harder than your mom on a tipsy Tuesday girls' night out. Hell, almost as hard as your girlfriend who went to a Miami club and her phone happened to die. I mean, it's easy to joke about Californians not being able to handle weather, but the state's getting hit with an absolutely historic, life-threatening storm right now. Huge and heavily populated parts of the state have been flooded, especially in Southern California. Getting so bad, Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency for 8 counties in the region. And that's in addition to evacuation orders in numerous places and rescue efforts being underway. Santa Barbara especially has been hit with insane flooding. Video showing streets absolutely blanketed, people in cars trudging through feet of water. They shut down the airport, the schools, some colleges. LA's also seen record-breaking rainfall. Experts saying that 8 to 14 inches of rain could fall in parts of Southern California just today alone. Which again, key context here. LA's yearly average rainfall is 14 inches. So it would normally be the total of 365 days coming down in one. So in addition to heavy flooding, we're seeing reports of big mud and rock slides. We had flash flood warnings this morning for more than 1 million people in the LA area. The National Weather Service specifically warning about an extremely dangerous situation and life-threatening landslides in the Hollywood Hills and Santa Monica Mountains. And all of this, where as of recording, nearly 500,000 customers across the state have lost power. And that being kind of more focused on the northern and central parts of the state, because they were battered with rain, but also hurricane-force winds that knocked over trees over the weekend. While the storm has largely passed them, forecasters are warning that the greater LA region, it still hasn't hit the most dangerous parts of the storm yet. So as a result, you have top officials saying, hey, please stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary. But, and this is a big one, despite all those alarm bells ringing, we saw the LA Unified School District announcing that almost all of its 700 schools attended by 400,000 students will remain open. With the superintendent explaining that many kids in the district rely on school for weekday meals, which is a big factor in his decision to keep the schools open. And noting that students who can't get to school were also given access to remote learning resources. But hey, we're gonna have to see how the next 24 hours play out, and so in the meantime, please be safe out there. And then, let's talk about this Grammys drama that's still boiling over. And all of it's been largely split up into 3 different camps. The Yay Taylor Swift, the Fuck Taylor Swift, and the Yeah Jay-Z Talk Your Shit groups. Because Taylor won big. She got 2 trophies for her Midnights album. With those, when she won her first award, she announced she had a new album coming out. And then, when she won the biggest category of the night, Album of the Year, made her the first person to win that award 4 times. And while the Swifties were a-buzzing, others were throwing their tomatoes. Some not happy about the album announcement, with hell, even outlets like the New York Times writing. She took the event, which bills itself somewhat grandiosely as music's biggest night, and hijacked it for promotional purpose. The kind of mischief only a superstar on the surest of footing could get away with. Meanwhile, you had others saying they were upset that Taylor really didn't acknowledge Celine Dion when she presented her with the Album of the Year award. In that, because Celine's presence there was actually a big deal. It was a big surprise appearance after her stiff person syndrome diagnosis. So there you had fans saying, you know, Taylor Swift got lost in the moment. They were seemingly friendly together backstage. So then all of that was paired with the other big criticism of people thinking that Taylor didn't deserve the award, and saying it's part of the Grammys' repeated pattern of snubbing black female artists. With people noting, you know, with any award show there can be snubs, but when it comes to the Grammys and Album of the Year, no black woman has won in 25 years. With Beyonce's losses being what people point to the most. And this year specifically, Taylor beat out SZA's SOS album, which people thought was very deserving. And all of this, or at least the general mindset of all of this, was touched on by Jay-Z last night. He was accepting the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award, and in that he decided to bring up the reasons that people have boycotted the show in the past. Explaining, I'm just saying we want y'all to get it right, at least get it close to right. Also bringing up the fact that his wife Beyonce, despite a record-breaking number of accolades, has never won Album of the Year, and adding, obviously, it's subjective because it's music and it's opinion-based, but you know some things you know. And then saying he doesn't want to embarrass Beyonce, but she has more Grammys than anyone, and she never won Album of the Year. And saying, even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. Most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work. You know, while Jay-Z didn't call anyone out specifically, there was more the Recording Academy at large. You had a number of people saying that Taylor's win just further proved his point. And even the Los Angeles Times saying Jay-Z spoke the truth at the Grammys. The rest of the show made it sorely
Dude, pop music's always been fucked up. It's always like that. It's always tragic, and it always breaks someone's heart. And who's always topping the charts, and they're like, what the fuck? Somebody who's in 10th right now took first. And it's weird. It's so weird.
Yes. But ultimately, with all that said, I'd love to know your thoughts here.
Pop music is so fucked up right now.
But yeah, whether it be this story or honestly anything that stands out to you today, I always love to hear from you in those comments down below. And then I gotta thank Joe Rogan and Spotify right now, because last Thursday we did this whole like 10+ minute deep dive into the world of podcasting, what the future is, talking about the firings, how Call of Duty is no longer exclusive, wondering what's gonna happen with Rogan. And they saved me from having to reshoot that story that I actually had ready for 3 weeks by waiting till the day after to announce that Joe Rogan got a brand new deal with Spotify, with it reportedly being worth up to $250 million over several years. The specifics here were
$250 million for
Spotify. Sharing agreement, and very notably, Spotify will distribute it to other platforms.
He's a
and so you are one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Once again, has the chance to grow its reach substantially. And again, it's the specifics that are very interesting, because while it's generally known,
I'm not saying it
Rogan
shouldn't be like that.
Podcast. With this announcement, Spotify also put out very interesting numbers that haven't been widely reported on. With Spotify saying that since Rogan became exclusive, podcast consumption on their platform increased 232%. And as far as people going on his podcast, his guests on average get a 50% listenership bump on their own shows. Regarding the non-exclusive nature of his show now, that has to be coming from them thinking that him being exclusive right there, they're kind of limiting how much that benefits them versus how much more they're going to be able to make on the ad revenue side. But like always with these massive deals and changes to the landscape, it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. And then there's this very weird but important question that's being debated right now. How fake is too fake? And that question is connected to this controversy regarding Meta and an altered video of Joe Biden. Because last spring, there was a video of Biden placing a sticker onto the chest of his adult granddaughter. But then some guy took the video, he looped it, and he tweaked it so that it looked like he was touching her inappropriately. And then the caption with that video reportedly called him a pedophile. And because it's the internet and people want to believe what they want to believe, that fake video quickly spread across Meta's platform, with it eventually being reported to Meta as hate speech, but the reviewer left the video up. But then the company's oversight board taking up the case for review after an appeal. And today, they gave their ruling that the video is not fake enough to be taken down. Though the specifics here are very important, because specifically the board agreed with the initial review, which said that the video does not break Meta's current manipulated media rules, which importantly, as written, only apply to videos that have been altered with AI to make someone appear to have said something they never actually said. And this video does not do that specifically. It shows Biden doing something he didn't do, and the editor of the video didn't use AI to make that impression. So while the board said, yes, this video can stay up, they also heavily recommended that Meta change their policies and do so fast. Because of course, this matters in general, but especially because we have a number of elections happening worldwide this year, and saying they find the policy in its current form to be incoherent, lacking in persuasive justification, and inappropriately focused on how content has been created rather than on which specific harms it aims to prevent, for example, to electoral processes. And the board's co-chair, Michael McConnell, saying in a statement, as it stands, the policy makes little sense, and adding, the volume of misleading content is rising and the quality of tools to create it is rapidly increasing. Platforms must keep pace with these changes, especially in light of global elections during which certain actors seek to mislead the public. While the board is recommending that Meta expand their policy in the ways that we've talked about, they also recommended that provided it doesn't violate other rules about harmful content, that Meta should leave manipulated content up and just slap a warning on. With McConnell saying in most cases, Meta could prevent harms caused by people being misled by altered content through less restrictive means than removals, and saying this would allow for greater protection of free expression. With all of this, big key thing, just because the oversight board said that these changes should be made, it doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. While Meta has said they will publicly respond to the board within 60 days, they're not obligated to make any of these changes. And then we're gonna get right back to more news that you need to know, but first I gotta thank a sponsor of of today's show. Because, for any of you focused on getting your business off the ground, creating a place to share your homemade goods, or even a personal blog, I got a great solution for you. And it comes from, and I want to thank the fantastic sponsor of today's show, Squarespace. Y'all know I've been partnering with Squarespace for years now, and I have to say, it is just so easy. There's nothing to install, patch, or update ever. And creating a beautiful website with Squarespace's Fluid Engine is so easy. You just drag things where you like, no coding necessary. And if you need a starting point, Squarespace has a bunch of great professional templates. You can even sell your own custom merch easily. Squarespace will handle all the production and shipping. Plus, with Squarespace, you get access to all their marketing tools and analytics, and their award-winning customer care team via email or live chat 24/7. So go check it out. See why so many others love it. See why you're gonna love it. And start your free trial today over at squarespace.com/Phil. Just make sure you enter an offer code Phil to get 10% off your first purchase. Let's let them know we sent you. And then, for one of your final stories today, I want to share some good news. Because y'all, I'm aware, sometimes the news is just a fucking hellscape. So when we get wins, even if like in an ideal situation, you wouldn't need that win, we should talk about it. And today, we're talking about wiping away all your medical debt. Because that's what we just saw Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont try to do in his state over the weekend, announcing that his government will contract with a nonprofit that buys medical debt from hospitals and forgives it for 100th of what it's worth. So what that means is he's using $6.5 million in COVID relief funds from Biden's America Rescue Plan to wipe away $650 million in medical debt for some 250,000 Connecticut residents. And if you live there and you're finding out about this because of my show, you're asking, okay, how do I sign up? This is amazing. Is there paperwork? Do I have to jump through hoops? No and no. You'll just receive a letter in the mail as soon as this summer telling you how much has been paid off. And all you gotta do to qualify is have medical debt totaling at least 5% of your annual income, or have a household income up to or below 400% of the federal poverty line. With the goal of all this to remove that weight off of people's shoulders, hopefully free people up to buy a home, start a business, or get an education. With the governor telling Good Morning America,
this is not something they did because they were spending too much money. This is something because they got hit with a medical emergency. They should not have to, suffer twice. First with the illness, then with the debt.
Well, Connecticut is the first state to do something at this scale. It's certainly not the first government. I mean, just last month, New York City saying that for just $18 million, they're going to be eliminating more than $2 billion in medical debt for up to 500,000 residents over the next 3 years. And in Chicago, Cook County erased nearly $300 million in debt for over 150,000 residents last year. And there's several other local governments following suit, as well as around 30 more municipalities and states currently in talks with a nonprofit, which, by the way, is called RIP Medical Debt. It's actually founded back in 2014 by a couple of guys with a background in debt collection who were inspired by Occupy Wall Street. So far, they say they've erased more than $10 billion in debt for over 7 million people, which is amazing, but also in the grand scope, kind of only a dent. With a KFF analysis of census data from 2020, finding that U.S. adults carry at least $195 billion in medical debt. And a more recent survey estimated that 4 in 10 Americans have at least some medical debt, which also isn't surprising because medical debt is the largest sort of debt in collections, totaling more than credit cards, utilities, and auto loans combined. And hey, I know this is a positive story, but I do need to end it on a very real note. And that is, if we look at this trend of debt relief programs, like if we wonder what does it really tell us, it's that not a single penny of this debt is inevitable, both in terms of having a more grand vision of universal healthcare, but also even in the broken system we have right now, that financial burden that's hanging over your head, it could just be wiped away with the click of a pen. And every day that it's not, the ruling class is actively making the choice not to spare a few dimes for you. But this is still positive news today, so let's enjoy it for what it is. And then, if I was a U.S. congressman, I'd be losing my fucking mind right now. Like, more than I already am. And specifically, today, it would be over this $118 billion border security and Ukraine-Israel aid bill, right? Because it was officially rolled out last night. And as we've talked about before, this whole thing has become this incredibly stupid and circular exercise in futility. Right, first, you've got Republicans continually complaining about the situation at the border and saying that Democrats and the Biden administration just are not doing enough, with some of them taking the time to go LARP over at the border. The very key thing is that they said they would not pass any essential aid for